Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to episode 6 of The Violet Madness. It's been a while, but here we are. We're back after a little brief hiatus, but good to be back. My name is Mark. I'm your DM, and I am also your local shopkeep who happens to also be a retired level 20 NPC. So previously on The Violet Madness, so last month, the guys were on their way to the apothecary, but they encountered a small disturbance inside the village. And a small set of inquiries led them to the Garden of Rest, where Tyrion found a mausoleum of Torm. Upon further inspection, and much to Mina's regret, they went down below a hidden passage, solved a bunch of riddles, and acquired an artifact that hits a little home to Tyrion. It was a piece of his great-grandfather's sacred armor, and the remains of it are scattered throughout Castonia. So now, he has a bit of a side mission to focus himself with. Upon leaving the graveyard, Shadar notices something strange. It appears to be the voice of Annie Aberthail, one of the small children that apparently perished in a house fire a couple of years ago, contacted him and warned him, and actually even threatened him with his life. But that's when they encountered a strange beast that ran through the village, fleeing, and also nabbed and abducted a small child in its pursuits. So off the guys went up the Rowan Mountains in trail of this beast. They arrived at an eerie cave where they slew a ogre who was standing guard at the entrance, along with this strange four-legged beast, but no child in sight. They left it at the mouth of the cave where they're about to enter, but we'll get back to that in just a minute. We just have a couple of announcements as well for Penny Dragon Games. So in case you missed it, DM Dave and the crew were live on Friday just gone, but you can always catch that VOD for the Sapphiron Saga on Penny Dragon's Twitch right now and on YouTube on Tuesday. Battling their way through the corrupt forest with no clear trail to follow meant that the party took longer than expected to find the abode of the Carved Witch. What horrors lay within? Watch the VOD to see, and the party at their jumpiest yet. On Tuesday, there's no Fellowship of the Fallen, but what we do have is a one-shot with some new faces to the Penny Dragon Games community. And they're included, and come watch as they try and find a farmer's missing fiance. On Thursday, then, we begin with a new stream named Tales from the Shade Vibrance, and that's DM'd by yours truly. This is a mini arc that will be hosted every Thursday on Penny Dragon Games, and it will see a bunch of adventurers go out of their depth in a bid to solve a grisly mystery. I've run this
Very
adventure...
important to not mix the Minas up, because I'm Mina, who's a bard. There's another Mina who's a warlock, and we are not the same Mina, not the same character, and it's not foreshadowing anything about this Mina.
You keep telling yourself that. Anyway.
just keep telling us that.
It sounds very dubious to me.
It absolutely does. But yeah, I've run this adventure once before, and you can ask Dave and Stephen here who have played it. There have been some touch and go moments, so don't.
We're still playing it. Yeah, it's yeah.
It's close to TPK Tuesday.
Oh God, yeah. Serious shit.
We don't mess around when we get to it's another high level adventure, level 11 again.
Good
so
track.
Yeah. Do tune in. Then the next day on Friday, April 8th, the Adventures of the Churn Gang is back with DM Richard, and the gang find out a terrible secret about the Amaranthine Pantheon. Also possibly a TPK. So, it's a week for TPKs apparently. So
Linda will be happy.
Then DM Ben and the Cloaks of Minehelm return next Sunday after driving off the Bullywug interlopers. The Cloaks will have to search the Bog Witch's cottage. Though they hope to find a map, they will also find an unexpected ally, so do tune in there as well. And then just to say as well that, again, the amazing character art you see for our players was created by Becca at Quadruple Bacon, and you can find her on Instagram and TikTok, where a bunch of her stuff is on display, so do go check it out. And the background music and ambience that you're going to hear tonight is brought to you by Tabletop Audio, pre-installed on Roll20 as well. So do have a look at that if you use Roll20 for your adventures. And lastly, then, all of the maps you find on this game are created by myself again, and you can find those on Instagram at stiglitz.maps. And on Twitter at Stiglitz. I'm really hoping the guys get through a load of maps today so I can upload more, because I never upload them before the game. So there we go.
Oh, no.
I hope so too.
So with all that aside, let's introduce our characters. Stephen, you're up first.
Well, I'm Stephen, and I play Tyrion Shadowbane, the shell-shocked vengeance paladin who has devoted himself to chasing this child to escape his family's history.
Cool. Dave.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I play Shadar Vicanis, Grave Domain Cleric, the Raven Queen. Shadar is a 100-year-old half-elf with long, bright white hair, typically tied into a tight braid. So in human years, he would look around 35 to 45. If it wasn't for his bright white hair, he's usually dressed for battle in black leathers with a black chain shirt and his trusty mace. Shadar wears a long scarf wrapped tightly around his neck at all times and has a brusque and irritable manner to him.
Very good. And up next, we have Andy.
Without fail, every week, Dave gives his introduction, and I sit here like, I should have thought of something for Mina. Mina is not dressed for battle. She's actually dressed for equestrian stuff. She's got a nice blue long-sleeved shirt on, white pants. It's a miracle they're still white, but just a little bit of magic. And riding boots. Her number one goal at this point in time is to find her horse. She's just somehow gotten dragged into all of this. Excellent, normal, completely typical stuff for people to be doing. Now we're doing ethical grave robbing, and she's so psyched. We'll say psyched. And I think that's about it. She is a half-elven woman. She is about, I think, 50, and she's a bard, just a normal bard, no warlock here.
I don't know. You talk about your horse an awful lot. I'm starting to think that the horse might be your patron.
Is that how it works?
I don't know. You tell me.
You're the one who stole the horse.
I did nothing.
You do everything.
But it's obviously still alive because your powers are still working.
Exactly.
Hi.
Up next, then we have Matt.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Matt. I'm playing Alfric, the half-elf wizard, scholarly and curious fellow who, fortunately for him, is not beset by any of the sort of personal tragedies that the likes of Tyrion are going through. He's rather enjoying the mystery and intrigue that's unfolding so far.
Excellent. And last but not least, we have a new face on the Violet Madness crew.
And as a welcome, we are like 94% on the way to a hype train. So let's hype Ryan up, guys.
Here,
let's do it.
I'll
Ryan,
drop 100 bits.
Ryan, raise the hype here. Let's introduce our new character.
100 bits for Ryan.
Good man. Okay, I'm Ryan, and I'm going to be playing Damon Phileas Venushte. He's a younger tiefling, quite spry, quite cheeky, and he also has his friend with him, who you'll be introduced soon enough.
Very good.
If we survive the cave, because Tyrion's about to get a level of exhaustion, and Shadar just got rid of his.
And as always, I'll keep my promise from last session as well. If that hype train gets up to level 2, you're all getting inspiration. So,
woo!
Damn.
Sounds good.
So let's see. We'll pick up
your bits here.
Straight where we left off. Then I will drag you guys over to the map.
Thank you, Freya Raven Pride, for cheering 100 bits.
What a
Yes,
savage
thank
name.
Thank
What a
you
great
very much.
name. Yeah.
Phenomenal name.
Yeah.
I do want to say
Very
You're
fitting.
Shadar's new favorite person.
we had two people
Hey, Photo.
resubscribe.
Oh, no.
We had two people resubscribe while we were doing our introduction, and Shadar was blessed yet again.
What's that? Oh, excellent. Thank you. Who blessed me?
Yeah. The Raven
I
Queen.
think it was
Okay.
Carrick.
Carrick, wasn't it?
I think
Thanks,
it was
Carrick.
Carrick, yeah.
Cheers, buddy.
Yes.
Appreciate all the
Excellent.
hype here. The guys are going to need it in this cave, guys. So, you know.
Oh, no.
Um,
Oh, no.
Don't worry, the cavalry is here.
Yeah.
You're not even here yet.
Wouldn't you know it? Just as you guys enter this dark, dank cave, you hear the sound of footsteps.
Oh, no, Mark.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You hear the sound of footsteps rushing up from behind, and you all turn, weapons still drawn. And you see one of the town guard. Let me just reveal the tokens here on the bottom.
See, I knew we should have told the town guard to follow. Leave it to us.
Well,
Okay.
you guys kind of took off, but here you see a town guard rushing up here, and he suit of armor clanking, and he's panting, wheezing. He goes,
What are you doing here?
I'm escorting this young gentleman. And you see it. Yeah, you see a tiefling and a little kind of.
Hello.
I'm gonna just turn on the teensy bit. You see a tiefling and a little kind of contraption running behind him, and the town guard has his hands on his knees, and he goes, "You folk are incredibly hard to keep pace with."
Fast.
Now, this young gentleman was very curious as to what was going on back in the town. We followed suit. Figured you could use a hand. But it seems, and he looks to the troll that's just on its back, just throat slit. He says, "It seems the threat around here seems to be quelled, as with the beast. But what of the boy?"
I'll walk up and just put my foot on its shoulder and just kind of rest my hand on my knee. Just take in the scene.
Just casually.
Yeah.
Just casually,
Tyrion.
Riker.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is.
Shadar got totally smooth for half a second there. So
Yeah.
The Damon comes in. He's not out of breath in the slightest. He's just kind of just done a gentle jog behind this surprisingly out of fit soldier. Well, hello, dearies. I have come to help.
So Tyrion, I don't remember requesting help, do you?
Tyrion, who has been leaning on his sword for the last few seconds as he goes, the gods' blessings. And they say, I heard no footsteps behind us. And he will divine sense these oncomers as he raises his blade.
Okay.
I, for one, don't know what you're talking about. I feel like we need all the help that we can get. Mr. Soldier, nice to see you. Damon, nice to meet you. And who's this?
Mina, do you often approach those who come from the darkness behind you?
Oh, that's the weird thing. That's where we're drawing the line at weird.
Mina, we've been running for nearly 8 hours in pursuit of this beast, and a random guard and this fellow show up and you approach them?
My chainmail is literally stuck to me.
My dear man, do you not realize that the most fun things happen in the dark?
I love him.
Yes. Death.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited you showed up. Hello.
No, I must say this is a rather remarkable contraption here that you've got, good fellow. What would you care to elaborate?
Rocket, take a bow. And he'll do like the theatrical bow in front of you.
Oh, that is absolutely splendid. I think he should be more than welcome.
What is it? It's just.
do have a
It's just a
question.
raccoon, is it?
I
No,
wouldn't
it's like
say
a
it was
robot.
just a raccoon. Yeah, it's
But
a
it's like-
construct of a raccoon.
Oh, it's a construct, definitely. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
DM question.
Yeah.
Did we hear stuff further in the cave at the end of last session? Because I thought we were like en route to go.
Yeah, so like you were just kind of going under the mouth of the cave, and that's when you kind of heard this clinking of chainmail, the guard kind of running back up, and that kind of caught your attention. But yeah, you did see a little kind of flicker of light kind of inside the cave a little bit.
Okay, so
So just so you know, Tyrion,
sorry.
your divine sense does not ping.
Doesn't pay.
No celestial fiend or undead in your vicinity.
So,
can
Tyrion,
I
I've
just
seen
do
you
like an
strike
inside
that.
check?
I've seen you strike that pose before. Did you detect anything?
Thankfully not. My nostrils remain unmolested. But we have no time for chit-chat. There's a child at risk.
Give it time.
Quite right.
And with that, he'll just turn on the spot and walk away. If you want to follow, that's fine, but he doesn't have time for chit-chat.
You mentioned pose, and I'm just imagining Divine Smite as like a
Divine sense, yeah. Right.
So,
Oh, that's the
Shadar,
one. Sorry.
Well,
Shadar, as you enter the cave, you see
shit.
a small light a candle lighting the way. It leads to a bit of a kind of a kind of fork in the cave. Further down, you see the path deviate into 2 sections.
Okay, can I investigate the cave floor just for crude traps? I'm not, skilled at that, but
Absolutely, and you can stay put where you are after that investigation check.
okay, cool. Well, I would have been more a perception check that I'm just sort of just scanning.
Sure.
Cool. Obviously, I've triggered. I found something. I found it. Here's perception +8. That will be a 24. Explains how
Right.
quickly I found it.
Yeah, so there's no, like, looking at the ground, it's just rough, rocky, barren trail through this cave. It's, it's kind of damp, rocky cave. In the distance with a 24, you can hear the sound of rushing water. You get this faint smell of kind of, I suppose, rotten eggs, but not pungent. It's just like a trail in the air. And as you're walking down and looking at any like pressure plates, any holes in the rock, you don't see any of that, but you do start to hear, all of you start to hear this playful humming. It kind of sounds like that kind of carnival theme, like,
Oh,
like that.
excellent. That's not creepy at
How
all.
strange.
And
Do that.
yeah, after a moment, you hear a voice in the tune, and it rings out in all of your ears, including yours, Damon and Rocket. Sisters, they're here. I should have known that good-for-nothing oaf guarding the entrance would be no match for them. You hear another voice echo on top of that. Never you mind, Danny. I can smell the skin of poor Shadar Vicanus. Though aged, half-elf skin tenderizes nicely in a broth. And again, a third voice on top of that says, Ooh, Autumn, my dear, you are correct. And he brought his human friend, such dashing eyes. I can't wait to pluck them out and suck the delicious goo out of them. But wait,
Shadar, do you know the kids?
but you hear more. You hear them go, Abigail, my pretty, do you smell more half-elves? Such talent and intelligence between them. I'd love to pick the smart one's brain, quite literally. Indeed I do, sister. The female's eyes we keep. I can sense they have seen some interesting things. The rest of her can be thrown down the gully. But I also smell a tiefling in their midst. Ground tiefling horns would make an excellent seasoning in our Shadar soup. And that last giggle just trails off into just the wind and nothing more.
I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna just from behind everyone else. Not that you'll see because I'm behind, but I cast this little spell as I use thaumaturgy to make my voice louder,
Okay.
and I just go, "Be a dear, would you? Boil up the water. I'm awfully thirsty."
What?
Yeah, and that bounces off the rocks of the cave, and you can hear your voice echo, and it takes a while for it to completely fade away because it's so loud it just booms. You don't hear anything, but Shadar, with that perception of 24,
24, yeah, sorry.
24, yeah. After Damon bursts his voice out like that, you can hear the faint kind of sob of a child, just help. I'm stuck.
Right. Now is not the time for discussion or history. Let us proceed. And Shadar will just move all the way.
I quite agree.
So, Shadar, moving up, you get to that fork in the road.
Mhm.
And let me see. I think in the distance, you can see, actually, yeah, just right where you are, I think you can see a cage off in the distance in this direction.
Oh, yes, I can, yeah. Over
Yeah.
here.
It's just faintly lighting the side of a child's face, but their hands just clasped on the bears, kind of shaking them with what little strength they have.
So Mina's just gonna give I guess Damon a quick once over. Does he look like the martial type, the magic type,
So description wise, he's standing there in a white ruffled shirt with like a plated black vest that's laced up at the sides. He has a bow on his back, which looks possibly a little bit strange to you because it looks partly mechanical and partly natural. He also has a broadsword to his side.
You're just an enigma. All right, got it. Cool.
He's looking for someone wearing a shirt.
Sent you something there, Mark.
Yeah, got that. Thank you.
I just say to Mina as we're walking down as well, he's delightfully intense, isn't he? And then I keep walking.
You haven't seen any of it yet. Wait till he does his whole Raven Queen thing.
Oh, sorry. What I have a passive perception 23. Would I have heard much of that?
I'm not whispering.
I was sending Mark a message, so I kind of missed a little bit of that. But it doesn't matter. Cool. Yeah, Shadar look
we
over her
both
shoulder.
love you very much, and are looking forward to making a
Quiet
Shadar sandwich.
Woman. What?
Not you as well.
She's in league with the witches. God. She wants to make a meal of us, Tyrion. Bloody hell. Right.
Is this the last
I'm
light source?
Following Tyrion.
Okay, so you see yet
I'll
another
head down as well.
fork in the road, Tyrion, and Shadar. Down that, I suppose, down this direction is where you hear the sound of rushing water. And Tyrion, Shadar, you obviously see, this little boy behind the bars of this cage.
And is this the last light source, or is there one in the cage room?
There is one in the cage room. That's how you can see the child. Yeah.
Can I check the ceiling as Sir Tyrion walks in?
Absolutely. Yeah. Go roll an investigation check.
Just going to whisper to Rocket as well. And he's going to head up and kind of stay with Alfric as I keep the back.
Okay.
I'm doing it from afar, so could I argue for perception?
Well, what are you trying to perceive?
I'm just trying to see if there's anything up there that's ready to drop on Tyrion as he walks in.
Right.
So looking rather than fiddling through and actually investigating something. But it's your call.
Fair enough.
But I will always argue for perception over investigation with Shadar if I can.
Okay, well, the difference being you're just trying to look and see if there is something. You're not trying to look like you're just like looking. You're not like scrutinizing any detail.
No, I'm just looking to see if there's something like very obviously like about to drop on him.
Sure. Go ahead.
Cool. That's all. 18.
There is.
I will.
But not on Tyrion. Over the cage where the child is, you see a bucket dangling about 10 foot over the cage.
Sir Tyrion, where? Above. In the ceiling of the cavern. Some nefarious trap awaits.
Tyrion also did another divine sense as he enters range of the child.
Hey, yeah, you do not detect any celestial fiend or undead.
As Shadar notices the bucket, right? Can Mina take a look at it? Does it look like something you could almost catch with the mage hand, or is it much heavier than that?
Well, you don't know because you can't tell if there's anything in the bucket or not.
Is it right over the child?
Okay, but the bucket itself, right? Like it's not like a huge vat. It's like a bucket.
No, it's just like a regular run-of-the-mill bucket. This one is a metallic bucket, not wooden.
Is it over the child?
Yeah.
Shit.
So
and is it hanging there sort of as if by magic it's floating?
No. So on the handle of the bucket there is like a rope which is attached to a kind of, I suppose, a metal fixture in the roof of this cave, and you can just see this boy gripping the bars of this cage, is rattling them now as he sees Sir Tyrion and Sharon. Please, Mister, please save me.
Can you telekinetically hold that up, Alfric?
Yes, certainly, but it would. If there is another way, it would expend a large degree of magical effort to do so.
How far
keep-
up from the
I'll-
cage is it?
So we'll say the cage is roughly about 10 feet, and then the bucket is another 10 foot above it. So from the ground, about 20 foot.
Is it definitely the same child that was taken from the town?
You never saw the child. You don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, we just saw
That's
what,
true.
just like legs and arms and things.
All you know is that
We were sort of in the wake of it, weren't we?
Oh, okay.
townspeople saying that
Cool.
the child's napped, so you have no idea
No
what the
worries.
child looks like.
I don't want to be ambushed here, so I think Mina's actually gonna take a couple of steps in this direction and make sure that nothing's gonna ambush us from behind.
Is Tyrion
Very
still the
sensible.
Flash right now?
No, that ended upon your introduction. That's why he was leaning on the sword. He couldn't
Right.
stand.
Because
enough.
are you exhausted now then?
No, it's just a brief exhaustion while it wears off. Now, if it was in combat, it's a single round and is an absolute bitch. But outside of combat, it's just
It's
Yeah.
not much.
Elphick, can you use some sort of spell just to keep that from tipping over or something? You probably don't need to.
Oh,
No,
Mina,
no.
you can cast Mage Hand as well, can't you? Perhaps we could combine our Mage Hands and steady the bucket rather than lifting it outright to make sure it
Sure.
doesn't tip.
Or even
I love
bat it
holding
away or
hands.
something.
child. What is your name?
Oh, sorry. My name is Elliot. Please, Mister, you gotta get me out of here. Those crazy women are going to kill me. They need me.
Quiet. Where did you see them last? Which way did they go?
Back the way you came.
Shit.
Seeing this rope with this bucket on it, as I entered the room now, can I see where it connects and how it works?
Yeah. So basically, it's
Nice.
on this metal kind of hook on the roof of the cave, dangling from about a 5-foot rope, and the other end of the rope then is attached to the handle of the bucket, which is dangling directly over the cage of the child.
Okay, so the hook's just up in the ceiling.
Yeah, pretty much. And thanks for the resub, Roshi.
Woohoo!
So is it possible to tell what would trigger the bucket or the rope snapping or something?
That's a good question.
Yeah, you could always make an
Investigation. Yeah, here we go. Okay, here we go.
I would be happy to
I'm going to use one of my blessed.
investigate.
I do not have proficiency in investigation, so I can't help you.
I
but
happen
if you
to
wanna...
have a +9.
Okay,
But
yeah. Maybe you should...
I was going to say I'm looking at it as well, so I would definitely be helping you if you're trying to do that.
Yeah,
Can I intimidate the rope?
I just want to say, I think for all of those people who have subscribed, you can pick someone to give inspiration to, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. So Roshi, you can feel free to inspire one of our players.
Anyone who's
There's Roshi,
so-
Roper did.
I did. Can I pick something, Mark?
Nice.
I wonder
so
who he's
I
going to
will-
pick.
I'll roll investigation. Someone wants to give me a
Ooh.
help. That's a 7.
You're a very talented fellow, but I think when it comes to mechanisms such as this, I may have slightly more expertise.
I believe it connects to the hook in the ceiling, Elfric. I have divined its true purpose.
I think you might be onto something there.
Indeed. The Raven
Uh,
Queen blesses my mind.
Eamon, did you say you're helping me here?
Yes,
Uh,
because
Damon,
I was looking at it.
Are you proficient in the investigation?
I am indeed.
Excellent. 18.
Okay, 18. And thank you for the help.
Yeah, it's funny. Elfric, you look at this thing, and from where you're standing, it doesn't look like this has a trigger.
Hmm.
Oh.
Mm.
It's just a bucket on a hook.
Looking at the surrounding walls, so like this kind of area where the bucket is going to be. Is there any is there a gap in the wall as if something could come out and slice it? We'll say.
No, it's just bare rock. There's no openings or.
Okay, so it's not like something could trigger to cut the rope kind of thing. Okay.
Is there an opening on my side where I am if I move out that someone could shoot a crossbow at it or something?
No. It's
Okay.
looking around. I'll take that investigation check of 18. Like looking around, and your perception check as well. Like looking around, like it's just there's no discernible anyway. Weird kind of crevices or holes where someone could just like fire an arrow or a crossbow bolt or anything like that.
Is the cage attached to the ground?
It's not fixed to the ground. It's just one of those like heavy cages that are just like dropped. If that makes sense. But there is a door on these cages, but it is like obviously or a lock.
Yeah, Tyrion, maybe on 3. We just pull the cage out from under the bucket.
Hang on a minute there. Don't be too hasty. Do one of you happen to have a knife I can borrow?
What do you intend to do with it?
Well, stab you, of course. Come
You
on,
wouldn't be
dear
the
man.
first to try.
I'm gonna
I'd
give him a
definitely be the
dagger
last.
as he says that.
It's
Like,
practically encased in metal. A dagger would prove futile.
like with a laugh when he's like,
He's right.
stab you, of course. Mina's gonna be like, here you go. Here you go.
So he
You
takes
keep that.
he takes the dagger, looks at Satyrion, and just says, "Don't be alarmed. Certainly don't smite me. I'm just about to do something." And I start casting a spell.
Okay.
So I cast Fly on myself.
Very nice.
And if nobody else recognizes it, what I'll basically do is just start walking up the air as if I'm like walking on an invisible staircase. And I'll make my way to where the bucket is. Can I investigate what's in the bucket or?
Sure.
Elfric, how did you miss those steps?
You're the one with the perception. Why are you telling him off?
Quiet you. I
Oh,
thought
that's 20. My first roll of the game.
Nice.
Yeah, coming in.
Excellent. Start as we mean to go on.
Yeah.
So, Damon, looking at this bucket, you look at the entire contraption up and down from where it's hooked, and down to the bucket and what's in the bucket. You see this strange kind of pinky, kind of pale pinky fluid inside this metallic bucket. Look at the rope and it. Looking up at the hook it's on. You take a closer look, and as an artificer, you're able to mechanisms when you see them. The hook that this rope is on is flimsy as hell. It's like a door handle. It can go like that.
Right.
It can push down, and if it were to do that, the rope would fall, obviously.
Right.
So this metal plate embedded into the rock has some sort of mechanism attached to it.
Okay. And would I recognize the fluid at all?
Roll a medicine check.
That's not going to go well.
It is Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Robitussin.
You've no idea what this is. No idea.
Okay, so taking the weight on the bucket from the handle so that it's not going to, fall when I cut this rope. I'm going to cut the rope to be able to remove the bucket.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that, no problem.
And I'll step back down my invisible staircase, back down to Shadar, and be like, "There you go, dear boy. You might want to take a look at that." I wouldn't.
How long will the steps
Nicely
stay
done.
there for?
Nicely done.
How long will your steps stay there for? And can you move them?
Oh, I don't know. And I'm just gonna lay back Peter Pan style with my hands behind my head and just start to float.
Can I examine the liquid or whatever's in it?
Sure. Yeah, you can make the same check. And as Damon lowers this bucket
Oh,
down
nice.
for you to investigate, you hear another kind of chatter of voices reverberate.
Oh no.
And they say, "Ooh, how clever! They have some tricks up their sleeve." And that's all you hear. Shadar, you recognize this stuff.
Oh,
You've seen vile broths in your time. If this liquid were to pour on top of this poor child, it could have been fatal.
Is it a contact poison?
Mm.
Okay. And by its nature, is it chemical or natural?
It's naturally, but it can't be something like you have to be a skilled alchemist to brew something like this.
Yeah, what I'm trying to get at is, do I get the vibe that it predominantly contains things that certain living creatures may have an immunity to, rather than just industrially manufactured chemicals,
like Ace chemicals? No.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Well, it says Acme on the side, so
exactly. Well, that's it. Yeah.
Wiley Coyote's looking for that stuff.
Yeah, that's how Damon climbed those stairs.
Yeah. He has a Yikes sign somewhere on his person as well.
Yeah.
But no, like I mean, if you are naturally resistant to poison or immune to poison, this wouldn't affect you.
Good. I will.
I dare say a human boy would not have such resistances.
Yeah, I'm more trying to surmise whether the people that brewed it did.
Gotcha.
Would you like to keep it, my dear man?
I'm considering that.
Do we want to get the kid out the cage, or are we just...
Tyrion's on that.
The safest place for him right now.
Elliot, you've seen these 3 women, you said, is it?
I only saw one, sir.
You saw one, but you're aware there was 3. Did you not say there was 3 women that left?
Well, I heard several voices, but I only saw one.
Heard several. See, now, Elliot, I must ask you, we are not leaving this place without the destruction of these evil beings. Do you wish to follow us, or would you prefer to stay here and we, in our best hopes, collect you on the way out?
We could escort him to the town guard.
We do have a town guard here that can escort him out.
Excellent, yes.
Damien's still floating on his back, by the way, and he just like kind of pushes over to Stephen.
What's your tail doing while you're floating?
Oh, it's, sassily whipping around.
Okay, excellent. Just
half phased in the face of certain danger.
I feel like your tail is telling me more about your personality than anything else.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. My tail is telling. If it's straight, I'm pissed off.
He's like a cat.
Yeah. Would you like me to open the cage for you, Sir Almighty?
In Infernal, just to gauge a reaction, Tyrion will say, by all means, and step aside.
I'll say back to him in Infernal, hello. So I'll right myself and take a look at this lock and see if I can unpick the lock.
Okay, go ahead and roll a check with, I take it you have thieves' tools.
I do indeed. 25.
Very nice.
Like without even looking, you're just kind of looking at Tyrion and the lock just falls to
You know what it is?
I do it with my
hair,
tail.
the armor, the golden eyes. It's just magnetizing.
I'm still laid back. It's actually my tail that's unlocking that.
Excellent.
Seeing-
Extra limb.
Seeing this new character, Damon, produce the tools of thieves, Tyrion is going to have to check his gold pouch instantly to see if it's...
Do I see this?
Well, it would just be more emotional if his hand has gone to his hip and a quick, just is that pouch still as heavy as it was in the walk up?
Infernal, I'll say to you. Don't worry, my dear. It's just tools of the trade.
That's what's worrisome.
Let us be done with this. Shadara's moving on.
Okay, so am I safe to assume that Elliot and the town guard will be moving straight to the entrance of the cave? Would that be?
I will walk with them for a bit. At risk of splitting the party. Yeah,
let's take
at least
him. I
until
think escort him to the entrance of the cave. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, just the big part.
It's not a particularly long way, is it?
Okie dokie.
I'll get to the entrance
We know there are antagonists watching our every move.
Yeah, that's
After
fair.
all.
So they are going to make it to, let's see, they're going to just chill out like here and wait for you guys to come back.
They're going to hollow out the ogre and sleep inside while it's warm.
Yeah. It's chill.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
You do what you got to do, So yeah, Mina and the guys, you bring the town guard and little Elliot back to just outside the entrance to the cave, and the little kid is obviously grateful that you saved him, but he's like sobbing uncontrollably now, and the town guard looks at you and he says, "Yeah, are you sure you will be okay? You do not need another hand in there."
If you hear screams of agony, run with the boy.
I cannot leave good men and women to die in there.
There's no point in rushing to your own death. If we cannot handle it, return to the town. Tell them what is coming.
And if you hear screams of pleasure, don't enter.
So
The more the merrier, usually.
yeah, well,
But not with a child.
Exactly, that was more my point.
Cover the ears
Tyrion
and...
is just going to stare straight past Damon at me as if she has sent a letter to get this fucker to show up.
No, Mina is loving this so much. Like, she definitely walks up to Damon, almost leans on his shoulder a little bit, and it's like, "You have something for me?" And hold her hand out for the dagger that she gave you.
Oh, of course, my dear. Here you go. Now, tell me, which one of these are the most eligible?
Ooh, each one of them's a little bit of work. Depends on your type.
I don't believe I have one. And I'll start carrying, walking on.
Tyrion will get to this dark corridor and light a torch.
Yeah, good shout. I will fix that in your
Good idea.
thing there now. And Fona says, "If the caves are rocking, don't come knocking."
Yes.
He's all rockin', don't come knocking.
Seeing them go to light their torches, what is it? Would I know how much light a torch gives out?
Roughly around 40 foot. Because you just saw Tyrion light up one, so.
I imagine there's
Okay.
part of his armor that's been handed down for generations that's perfect for lighting a torch, so Tyrion just pulls one out like...
Yeah.
It did come from the hell, so I know.
I'm going to just pick up a pebble and be like, yes, it's well and good lighting a torch, but why don't you try this? And as I flick the pebble to Tyrion, it lights up.
Oh, the light spell.
No,
Oh.
it's one of my
Infusions,
Korean
right?
things.
Oh. Very
So
nice.
it doesn't give him a great amount of light, but it means that if he needs his hands for his swords, he still has a bit of light around him. It's 10
He-
foot.
He's just telling Tyrion he needs to lighten up a little bit.
So it's bright light for 5 foot radius and then a dim light for additional 5 feet around.
Yes. Thank you. It's an interesting trick, but I enjoy the fact that with a torch you can jam it into someone's face and blind them.
Yes, but this is just in case you need your hands for other things, my dear.
Tyrion, as you walk into this section of the cave.
Wait, where's Shadar?
So, Shadar is seeing something totally different right now, but I'll get to that in just a second.
Ooh.
Tyrion, you enter this empty section of the cave, save for this strange.
Oh no, Mina says that. Like,
Oh, okay, sorry, yeah, cool.
I hear that
you
from
see-
wherever she is.
Oh.
I'll just sort of
You see this strange kind of
in here.
shit. Oh,
Oh, no worries.
sorry. I really do. I'm doing this like while they're moving. So
Okay.
where's Shadar talking from?
So you're here
Ah.
to call. Yeah.
I'm gonna split the party.
Always ends well. But
I just
okay.
whistle to Rocket. He knows what to do.
Okay.
He hasn't. Shadar isn't on his right mind at the moment.
Perfectly
Hey.
split party. Love it. Those blesses and inspirations are really going to be needed soon. But Tyrion, you see this empty section of the cave, and mounted on the wall is this kind of like I suppose a deer's head, but it's made completely of like straw and wicker. On the ground, you see spatters of blood and a broken table. It seems actually roll an investigation check for me, please.
What are these? Oh, slightly better than Shadar.
19, yeah. This place seems to have been stripped down in a hurry. Almost seems like this may have been quite a well-used section of the cave, but maybe it was abandoned or moved, something like that. But all save for a few scraps of furniture and this wicker head mounted on the wall. It seems to be fairly barren. But with a 19, I suppose, through the wicker, through the eyes of this deer, they seem to be not so much hollow, but a little kind of glint in the blackness of the eyes of this straw deer.
He'll step in closer and just having experience with evil old hag type women, he'll just wave his sword around the room in case it is an illusion and is in fact still intact. So he'll go over to the turned over table and strike it to make sure that it is turned over.
Yeah, you hit a chunk of wood. Yeah, it's there.
And then over to the wicker head to have a closer look at those eyes.
Yeah, you're looking at in through the black kind of, I suppose, crevices that are its eyes. You peer in, not right up to its face or anything. Like you just kind of get an eye over and kind of look in. A kind of goldeny brown eye looks back at you through this little eye socket of the deer, winks and says, "We can see you." And the wicker head just bursts into flame and starts to crumble into ash at your feet.
Yes, just what I was afraid of.
So Tyrion, have you encountered anything similar to this in the past?
As Alfric says that, Tyrion will take a moment to, although he's wearing his armor, he'll grasp the chest plate of his armor and scratch what you'd assume is would be his chest and go, yes, many years ago, not an incident I forget lightly. Tread carefully and trust nothing you see.
Very well.
So, and you guys can stay there for just a second. In the meantime, Shadar, while that was all happening, you go into this section of the cave, but it's not as you see on this map. What you see is, now you've been to enough towns and enough festivals to know what the ring of a circus looks like. And that's exactly what you see. You don't see this cave with tables and a river. You see a straw in a circle. And you see like little wooden pillars with, dancing lights, and it just looks very kind of fairgroundy.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Sorry, I'm just trying to get my character sheet up in here.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, the first thing Shadar will think about this is that it's bullshit. It's blatantly shouldn't be here. So he'll shout out into the cave. He'll say, Silat Shildar Sulame, cease this trickery. Show yourselves, though a shred of you that is worthy of redemption. I would pray you to show it now.
Mark, it's up to you when I come into this equation.
You
So
can come
I'll-
in now, and so can Rocket.
I don't have vision for Rocket, so I can't control him.
Ew. Let me... Can you as Damon actually see through his eyes, or what's the story with that?
No,
Oh, you
it's
can.
more that I just can't move him to the scene, but you can do that if you like.
Oh, I will do that. I'll move him right there. So Shadar, as you say this, and this is right around the time Mina walks up to your back, you see a kind of, I suppose, not what you were expecting to see, I suppose. You see a woman emerge from the shadows on the corner of this ring, this circus ring, wearing a kind of like a harlequin's kind of outfit, but kind of tattered. She looks relatively young, maybe she's human, by the way, and she looks maybe late teens, early 20s, but kind of hard to tell because her face is all painted in this kind of masquerade-y festival type face paint and kind of get up, and she smiles at you, a very toothy smile, and she says, "You asked. Here I am."
Do I see any of this?
Yeah, you see the exact same thing Shadar does.
So wait, I see the carnival stuff in the.
Yeah.
Mark, can I just move my token in just to have a look at that token because I can't really see it. So I'm not
Yeah,
just,
go for it.
just for my. Okay, cool. Good to know. Does this thing look in any way familiar to me from my childhood?
No.
So I imagine Mina does walk up, almost like hand on the shoulder, like, "Sure, what are you doing? Everyone else is over there."
Mina, please announce yourself before you talk. Please.
I was calling you.
I didn't hear you. Do you see this?
And I see it all, right? The carnival.
You see, the person as well, the whole lot. Yeah.
Identify yourself, woman.
And again, with a bow similar to the one Rocket gave when he introduced himself, with one hand at the around the waist and a bow, and says, "Annie Aberthale. I believe we've spoken before."
Yes, I know what you really are. Which one are you?
Boys!
I don't think I know what you mean.
Who are the women, the crones that pull your strings?
Well, you just have to maybe beat that information out of me if you can.
Oh, the Raven Queen's granted me many delights I would inflict upon you.
Tyrion! Alfred!
You guys hear Mina shout out, I think.
As I do that, I'm just going to kick this carpet over.
Okay. You don't see the carpet, you just see straw.
Okay, I'll just kick the straw and make sure there's nothing under it. Oh, well, I would have no reason to. Sorry, yeah, fine. I will step straight in.
Okay, yeah, no, nothing happens.
Yeah, upon hearing Mina's call, I will also head over.
I have
Wait!
I have like
No one's
60
here.
feet with flight, so I would make it there pretty quickly.
Yeah, like
Well,
there's no charm under you guys.
Aberthale. Spill it. Tell me what you know. Tell me of the witches that live in this place.
That is a nice looking token.
I quiver before the might of the servant of the Raven Queen.
So you should.
She is clearly mocking you. And she's
Oh, he knows.
The powers that I have been bestowed are far greater. You wouldn't even understand what I can do.
Show me.
Do I see a similar gem in this mask as we just encountered?
So again, you only see a carnival circus kind of square. Like you don't see this cave as it is.
Okay. Oh, right. Sorry. Apologies. Yeah. Okay.
Let me see if everyone would
speak. Sorry.
If everyone would like to roll an investigation check, I will open the floor to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I won't. I'll use that opportunity to drop a Toll the Dead on her.
I will do.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Shadar is like, there's no sense of tactics or style or anything here. These are voices from his past that have, like, a nugget of fucking Raven Queen droppings have just dropped into the fucking sack of his pants. So he's he's not with it.
Okay, so we got a 15 from Damon, a 16 from Mina, 20 from Alfric, 8 from Tyrion. Alfric and Mina, you see this to be an illusion. Alfric, you know this spell. She has clearly cast hallucinatory terrain, and you're able to disbelieve it. So you and Mina are able to see this map as is.
Oh, a clever trick.
Can I cast Dispel Magic?
Well, Shadar has first cast Toll the Dead, so we'll go with that first, because that is going to incite some turn orders.
Cool. I don't know what the DC for that was, but would passive investigation work towards that?
What's your passive?
It's 8 plus, or is it 10 plus your thing? So it would be.
It has to be
11.
higher than a 15.
Okay, well then, yeah, I just missed the DC because I was going through spells, so that's fine. No, he doesn't have it. Right.
So yeah, you can go ahead and roll for Toll the Dead.
Yeah, you'll just look at her and go, fine, have it your way. Let's see what the Raven Queen has to show you. You'll just drop. Obviously, she hasn't taken much damage, so it'll be. Well, 20 was a bit slow for me earlier on when I was trying these spells out, so you might just have to wait a second or two for this to drop. Or longer. Or maybe Mark has cancelled it. There you go. So that will be. Oh, wow.
Woo!
More with the D8s. So that'll be 21 necrotic damage.
Wow, nice.
She fails a wisdom save of DC 16.
So you cast this just as Mina and Alfric were kind of investigating the terrain. Alfric and Mina, as you discern this terrain to be, bullshit, basically, you look up and see Shadar is casting Toll the Dead on a propped up skeleton on ropes. This is also an illusion.
There he goes again.
Casting Toll the Dead on what was actually just a skeleton propped up by...
He doesn't know shit.
Oh, no,
what,
he doesn't.
What does he see?
What does he see? He sees Annie Abertail just writhe in pain and just flop to the floor.
Yes.
But Mina, Alfric, you know.
Do you want to tell him, or shall I?
Justice is swift.
So, hold on. Did we dispel the magic? Or is it just us being able to see?
You can just see it's not dispelled. And if you want to dispel it, you will have to wait until your turn because we will be rolling initiative now.
Ah, amazing.
There, look over his shoulder. I got her.
Oh, God. And then he's going to see us. This is Wonder Woman all over again.
Oh, they all rolled okay.
So I think I'm first.
Yep. Oh, hold on. Is everyone in?
Yeah.
Mina, Damon, Tyrion.
Slaughter is about to begin.
And Rocket goes directly after me as well.
Cool.
So I would like to dispel the magic.
Cool.
I don't know if you need a roll or anything for that.
I actually don't know. I think...
It says magical
Depends on the
effect
level
within
of the
range.
spell.
The range
If
is
it's-
120.
If it's third
If it's-
level or lower, you don't need a roll. If it's more than that, you do, I think.
Check.
Yeah.
This is a 4th level spell.
Excellent. So the DC spell equals 11 plus the spell's level, so it would be 14.
15
Yeah.
if it's 11
15.
plus.
11 plus 4.
Oh, no, it's 10 plus the level.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I thought you said.
Ah, okay.
Yep, 14 then.
And I'm trying to figure out what I have to roll for it. Make an ability check using your spell casting ability. So what is that? The D20 plus the 5 for my charisma? So it's just a charisma
yeah,
roll?
it's charisma for you, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look.
Very
at that.
nice indeed.
I hung out on that one for just a half
Fucking
a
I know,
second.
right? Yeah, I was looking at that as
I
well.
was like, ah!
So yeah.
So with a 26.
So Shadar, Tyrion, Damon, before your very eyes, this surrounding of a carnival fair just kind of waves, and you can see just a cave with rushing water in the middle, as you see on the map. And Shadar, where you cast that Toll the Dead on Annie Abertail, you can now recognize it to be just a clump of bones on the floor. And there's, looking around, there's bones everywhere. Scattered all around the walls of this cave. There's also tables with kind of crude, some broken, some rusted weapons. Clubs, swords, sickles, the works.
Ah, clever girl.
Is there anything else you would like to do, Mina?
Does Shadar still kind of look wrecked out of his mind?
He's probably looking around going,
Yeah, he's clearly disorientated and he's fucking pissed off.
Yeah, if he's doing the John Travolta.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty
imagine-
much exactly what's going to happen. That's going to be in Mark's memes later on.
So I did use an action to use the magic. I don't know if you would allow me then to make some sort of perception or investigation check to see if I could figure out like, I guess, where the magic came from, or if the caster is nearby, or anything kind of like that.
Roll an Arcana check. We'll give you that one.
Oh, shouldn't have had to, but 20.
Okay. Like I
Dirty
mean,
20.
it was centered right here.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to call. Process of elimination. There, you see two paths. You see a river flowing down this direction. It seems, maybe waist deep. But there's another dry path up here.
Okay. Yeah, she's probably just
I
gonna.
think with the Arcana, you can certainly say it was centered from here, the very center of the room. But I don't think you'd be able to link it
How
back
much
to
more
a
than that?
specific location. Yeah.
And
Okay.
you got to bless.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm at 3 now.
What?
Nice.
Nice. So that will be Mina.
Okay. Which one is this? Oh, Autumn Aberthail is going to poke her head around this corner.
Which
So now you kind of know where the magic kind of came from, I guess.
Makes sense.
And
I'll point her out.
yep. And she is going to cast on the entire area.
Uh-oh.
If I can animate objects. So these swords on the tables here start to shake, rattle, and they start to levitate off the tables. And I'm going to start giving them some turn order. It says, I hope you like the juggling entertainment for this evening. And you see these kind of swords just in this kind of juggling fashion, just flipping around.
Can I reply to her?
Yeah, sure.
It's a bit bourgeois, darling. You should up your game.
Give these a turn. Unfortunately, they do not have initiative, so I'm just going to be rolling d20s for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. D20, 5. Rejects a 0. Wow. Okay.
Oh, it's stunning display there.
Well, they're objects. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
Wow, 5 d20s and I rolled a 23. That is abysmal.
I'm glad that this has the same luck as the Tarask.
It'll go like that, and she'll use the rest of her action to just boop, back around the corner, and that'll be it. So, Damon, your turn.
Okay. Kind of just getting to grips with what's going on. Okay, things are going to start attacking us. I guess we're going to be doing this then, are we? I'll pull out my sword and strike the sword that's in front of me. This should be interesting. 13?
13 will just hit.
Please, Magna,
Interesting.
don't screw me over. So that's 5 slashing,
It's ironic that you're dealing slashing damage to a sword.
right? I'm hitting the hilt. Yeah. Take a second shot at it.
Oh,
Bam,
Ooh.
2
That's
will
better.
certainly hit. Yeah. 9. Excellent. Yeah, you take a little chip out of the top of the sword, but or off the hilt of the sword, we'll say. But it's still dancing in the air in that juggling fashion.
These might not be as easy as I thought. And I will whistle the rocket. He knows from certain whistles that I give what to do. And he's going to go and stand here between Alfric and Tyrion.
Okay. Anything else from you, good sir?
I'm good.
Okay. Annie Aberthail is going to step out and say, "Ooh, the jugglers have arrived. Now we'll invite the clowns."
Ah, Jesus.
And she's going to cast Dance Macabre. As the bones all around you guys seem to like rattle and reconstruct into a humanoid fashion.
Can I cast counter spell as a reaction?
Indeed, you can. Indeed, you can.
I shall
no,
do that.
we can't because the range is only.
30 feet.
Oh no, the range is 60 feet.
Is
I thought it
it?
was 30.
So did
I thought it was 30. Hold on, I was
Yeah,
doing
if
the
I'm
measurements
close
and stuff
enough, of
too.
course.
I always saw counterspell at 30 feet.
I thought it was
60
30 feet too. Am I going nuts?
Fucking awesome. No, you're not. No, I thought it was.
I should
30
have
feet.
used it. I literally was there measuring. I was like, ah man, they're too far away.
Sorry for.
So, Dance Macabre is a 5th level spell.
Okay, so it's an intelligence roll from me, isn't it?
You
that
need
how it
it
works?
because something fun is going to happen. Autumn Abertail is going to counterspell your counterspell.
Oh,
But we
Oh, Mark has rules for this.
what? You can't do that. Just rude.
Mark's like, I have a thing for this.
So there is a rule I have for counterspelling a counterspell. So what happens in that instance is the original caster, in this case, Annie Abertail with the Dance Macabre, that happens. But there's a double negative here where you're countering a counter. So Autumn Abertail is going to roll on the Wild Magic table to resolve this double negative.
Is it centered? Is it centered on her count as well?
It's centered on her, yeah.
Okay, good to know.
So this could actually really go in you guys' favor.
Oh man.
Hang on, I need to find the Wild Magic table in the DM.
Unless she ends up like Braddock and just gets reduced by a couple of inches.
Yeah. Sorry, it's in the player's handbook, isn't it? Sorry,
She
guys, bear with me for
hits
2
in
seconds.
large.
Just by a couple inches.
So, the Wild Magic table. Page 29.
I have to say, on a personal note, to come in on an episode where it's all about carnivals and stuff, I am freaking loving this so much.
I mean, you're a clown, so we had to match your energy.
Okay, here we go.
Wow.
I'm gonna roll
Rude.
100.
And I didn't take Vicious Mockery as a bard.
35.
Need it by the sounds of it.
Bard.
I am a... You get inspiration.
Hard lock, yeah.
Okay, this is interesting. You can... so, Damon, you can actually see a little bit of... I think you can from where you are. But she needs to roll a d10. She rolled a 2.
Uh-oh.
She seems to age a little bit. Just looking at her, her fingernails grow longer, hair grows longer. She's like, ah! But yeah, nothing more happens. She is.
Oh, that's
Seen that?
fucking
Yeah.
gross.
But as all this happens, more ghosts or skeletons from this Dance Macabre spell
Oh dear.
seem to prop up all around you guys.
Well, I did
Oh,
try.
Jesus.
I'm very glad that I'm like in between Shadara and Tyrion when it comes to like where the skeletons are.
Need to roll initiative for our friends here.
Classic Mark with the endless turn order.
I know.
I know, but once it gets down to 5, it's just bam, bam,
It's
bam,
all
bam, bam,
good. It's all
bam.
good. Yeah, it always trucks along.
We assaulted a fortress once that had something like 78.
Oh, it was
That was fun.
ridiculous.
That was
Yeah, it was
fun.
brilliant. It was brilliant. Yeah.
But there you go. You the circus is complete. You have your clowns. You have your juggling objects.
Come to town.
Wonderful.
And these skeletons are flavored in the way that they're kind of dressed in the scraps of jesters' clothing. But that is about it for Annie Abertail. Abigail will pop her head round.
Sorry, Mark. Just so we know what's going on, are these still speaking in the voices that I'm familiar with?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. All right. Cool.
Well, it's not that you were familiar with them. It's just it reminds you. It makes you feel like a boy.
But are they voices I've definitely heard before, or do they just sort of sound like them? Because as far as Shadar is concerned,
yeah.
he thinks that the way it was described in the last session that they were the voices he'd heard before.
No,
I just want to be careful. Okay.
Not,
So he's not like utterly convinced yet.
No.
Okay, good to know. That will change how I'm going to play him. So thanks. Cool.
Yeah. So Annie pops her head back, and the next sister comes out and points. Let's see the range on this. Actually, give me 2 seconds. D 60 feet. So can she see within 60 feet?
It's not this one, is it?
The one that's just looking at you guys now. So, oh yeah, it would be Alfred should be looking at. Alfred, can I get you to?
I have a question, whether
Yeah.
or not it's intentional. So my view of the thing ends here. So like, even though I should be able to see further into the cave and maybe see one or two more people, I can't. Like, there's just a black line.
Oh yeah. That's all you can see. It's a dark cave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can only see what you can see. And actually, sorry, I take that back. No, Shidar's too far away. It is Alfred. Alfred, can I? So she points at you and says, the studious one. We really do want to pick your brain, but to do that, we'll have to contain it a little bit. She points a finger at you and casts mental prison.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Can I get you to roll an intelligence save, please?
Can you throw the spell in there first, Mark, so we can see?
Yeah, I can't see what it does.
Thanks.
Shoot.
Oh,
Nice.
Fucking hell.
I've seen that before.
Oh! Oh!
Ah!
You just make it. Yeah. You
Don't
see-
you-
Ah, he's well in there. He's got +5 from his pally pal.
Does he make it?
he don't like he takes the damage, 20 psychic damage, but he's not. You can see Alfred go.
You'll have to try harder than that.
Yeah, like I mean, you almost see like steel bars just all around you, clouding your vision. But you just shake it free, but it gives you the worst headache you've ever had in your entire life, and you take 20 points of psychic damage.
You will find my mind quite difficult to imprison.
He's quite the astute type, isn't he, sisters? And she's gonna duck back in behind cover. Tyrion, it is your turn.
Oh, my friend.
All right. Choices. I suppose he's a bit of a distance to get to the biggest problem, so he will step around this strange automaton and strike at this undead creature that has stood up in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Onto the
right
undead,
thing
of
to
course.
do? 14 hit?
14 hits.
No, then it's 6 slashing and 3 radiant.
Okay. So
Then he'll go again.
Why do you roll so many dice? Is that your smite if you wanted it?
No,
Oh,
I
no,
have a slashing, a D8 for slashing, a D8 for radiant. The 2D20 just because I have advantage on, and 2D6 roll because of the sword of a crits.
Wow, okay.
So that's another 5 slashing and 6 radiant.
yeah, how do you finish this skeleton off?
I think it's just the second sword crosses him. Just the radiant light explodes, taking the head clean off.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, that will end his turn.
Okay, Alfric, reeling from that pounding headache you now have.
Yeah, one hand sort of clutching my temple. I'll look towards where this voice came from, and I think I can just faintly see one of them in the distance there. And I'll fling a fireball into the chamber here.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Just roll it.
Oh, let me see. Actually, just give me 2 seconds. I wonder. And I think she would. Counterspell. But can
Can I
she?
counterspell the counterspell?
Oh, here we go.
I mean,
yeah, you
she
can.
might not be in range.
I'm just checking.
No, I can't see her, so I can't
Just
do it.
checking her range. She is, yeah. She is in range. Do you have to see them for counterspell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or do you? Oh well, she can't see Alfric because she's behind.
Yeah,
cover.
it's a reaction which you can take when you see a creature within 60 feet of you casting a spell.
Never
You
mind.
have to be able
Yeah.
to see them.
Boom.
Fire,
You might see the
Boom!
fireball, but that
I
would be too late.
counterspelled the counterspell with the knowledge.
Counterspelled with logic.
With logic.
I just thought
With
she had to hear
rules.
things, but nope, that's fine. She does not counterspell if that's the case.
According to the rules.
I think you'll find.
You're gonna pay for that one later.
Yeah, you are.
Check
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
No, that's all good. That's certainly good to know.
That's a bad one.
It's just gonna blind us all, turn out all the lights. Good
No,
luck.
it's just you.
There's a crit fail.
Woohoo.
Woohoo!
15, which will fail. And a 12, which will also fail.
Nice.
So
Hell yeah!
And just
Amazing
on
work,
top
sir.
of that, I believe Dance Macabre is a concentration
it
spell.
is, yeah.
I'm sure you were aware of that.
I just want to double check.
Is animate objects a concentration as well?
That's what I'm checking.
I don't think it is off the top of my head.
The
But
thing is, because you have to control them.
They both are concentration spells.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nice. That may
So the
affect
Good
The DC
man.
then should be 17.
Yes.
That is Constitution or Wisdom.
Con save to remain.
Con
Save.
Con save is 10 plus half the damage.
10? No, it's half the damage or minimum
No.
10, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
half the damage or minimum.
Oh, sorry.
of
Yeah,
10.
sorry. Yeah.
So Dance Macabre is gone.
Woo-wee!
Animate Objects is gone.
Alfred has never
Yes.
been so sexy.
Wow.
Amazing. Well done, sir.
They all drop. Very
now
well done.
don't counterspell my counterspell ever again.
Very well done.
Do we
Should've
see
charged.
anything in the instant that the fireball detonates in this room?
You see,
Just for a split second.
for a split second, no, you don't. You can see that they're in a much larger part of the cave, but just dead ahead is just bare rock. They are around a corner.
Interesting.
Very well
Okay.
played, good sir. That was awesome.
Well done. Yeah.
That's
Amazing work.
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. And yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. Nothing else for my turn.
What was that all?
Yeah.
Kadar is more confused now. It's like enemy, no
Literally
enemy,
just took
enemy,
out
no
the entire
enemy.
room.
I think I'll leave the rest to your capable hands, Shadar.
It is indeed your turn.
5, 10, 15. He's going to go across these. I'm sure there's a check involved. 20.
There is, yeah, that would
Yeah.
be an acrobatics check.
He's not exactly the best at these, but let's just see what happens. You might win the drink here. That's a 9, Mark.
You're gonna lose your footing.
2 seconds. Let me just measure something.
Can I use one of my blesses, Mark?
Well, actually, I was
Yeah.
going to say
Yeah.
before, as I see him go to stumble, as almost a kind of precognition that I can see that he's about to stumble, I just kind of give him like a mental tap in the brain, and he fixes himself up with an extra 5 on top of that as I cast my
Wow,
Flash of Genius.
What?
very good, very nice, very nice.
That
Check
is
on by your character, you
amazing.
didn't touch his brain,
That's
you touched
cool.
his ass. You give him a little pat.
Listen.
Tap in the tush.
Listen, if I'd have been closer, my tail would have definitely been tapping the turf.
Okay, so sorry, I was one behind Mina, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, so you can get to there. I believe you can see.
Did you think a 14 succeeded?
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
kidding,
yeah, yeah, of course,
Joking,
of
no,
course,
you
of
meant-
course.
you meant-
Oh, what an asshole! I'm only joking. Okay, so, sort of changed what I was going to do, but I think still for the shits and giggles, I can see
Mhm.
a sniff of her there.
Yeah.
Is
you can
that
see-
all right?
You can see she would be technically behind half cover if you're
Just a
doing it.
sliver.
Well, it depends on where I drop the flame strike.
Okay,
So
that's very fair.
it's a 10-foot radius, 40 foot high cylinder, and I'm gonna just I see her there. I'm just gonna drop it there. So 10-foot radius from there,
Okay,
and
it's gonna snag all of them.
oh, excellent.
Oh yes,
All
very
right,
good.
so Shadar is going to say, "The might of the Raven Queen, may she burn your sins from this earth." And he'll cast Flame Strike. If I can find it on my spells. Here we go. There you go. Boom. Boom. At level 5.
Level 5.
That will be 12 fire. That's pretty shit. And 18 radiant. So that'll be 30 for a DC 16 dexterity saving throw.
There's a
Motherfucker.
19.
Ah,
A crit fail. And a 7. So is that half damage on a success?
It's a half damage. Yeah, on a success. Yeah. So 2 of them take 30, and then one of them takes 15. Depending on how they feel about fire and radiant, you can tot that up yourself.
Yep. And you hear them all screech in unison.
Yes.
They say,
Burn them all!
Your
Burn them all!
cries are delicious.
you hear
It's
them
good
scream.
to see you taking some inspiration there with the fire, Shadar.
You know,
Keep it
I
up.
have no fire spells. I didn't regret that before. And now I'm like, I wish.
I will
I had
burn them
something.
from the face of this earth.
Showing the
And-
pyromania.
You hear them shriek. The entire town thought that fire took us before. What makes you think that it'll take me this time?
This is the fire of the divine. Smell your sins. Burn to nothingness. That's all he's got.
Mine's just normal fire.
Just the hand up in the background. Sorry.
Just real quick, in case there was any confusion.
Point
Mine
of
is
order.
not that
Point
kind.
of order.
Very good. Very good, very good. Mina.
I think that's all I got. Yeah.
Sorry. I thought.
I know you're done. Yeah, done.
Yep, cool. Mina, your turn.
I don't even know what to do anymore. I guess you said this was only waist deep, right?
Yes.
Like I get the feeling that I could just cross it.
It would be difficult terrain for sure.
And I suppose I'll take the Shadar route across the rocks.
I'm such a dope. I'm just after realizing they have advantage on saving throws, but anyhow.
Oh, do they have Warcaster?
Yeah.
Would you like me to also roll acrobatics?
Yes, please. Sure. Look, I'll take it going forward anyway. Yep, you're good.
Impressive.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just kind of ducking around the corner there. Unless, did I see anything here? I did not. So yeah. I guess if any of them pop out, Mina will prepare to cast a spell at them. But for now, she'll just probably give
Bardic inspiration.
she'll give Shadar inspiration.
Ow.
The 6
What's
was
she
just,
do?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, but what do you say to Shadar? Because he's sort of single-mindedly. Sort of.
Oh, go Raven Queen.
Go Ravens.
For him, that'll do it
Go
for him.
Ravens.
Awesome. Cool.
No, realistically, she'll probably just say, like, I think you got him real good with the flame strike. Just
Cool.
just something like that.
Just a little bit of encouragement. Cool.
A little bit of encouragement, like we're moving in closer and
Awesome.
all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Like,
gonna
let's
look
go
at-
finish this off.
And look at Alfred. A bard with no songs? What is this?
She's a bit unusual.
This is Andy with no songs. I'm not mad that you're not breaking your computer with a mace.
So you are holding an action, Mina.
Yes.
Okay. It is the Menace Hag's turn. She will pop out one. Still out of your line of sight, I believe.
Yeah.
And
As she
just-
does that, Mark, can I use a free action to shout at her?
Yeah, go for it.
How do you know who I am? How do you know my name and my origins?
Connections, my dear. But fear not. We'll let you scurry around here and find out. And she's going to cast Polymorph on you. Can I get you to roll a... What is it?
On save.
Con save?
Isn't
Oh,
it?
wisdom.
Wisdom. Oh, cool. I'm good at these.
Oof.
I shouldn't
You're
have said that.
also
You should not have said
I
Inspired.
that.
said that. That is a 14. I'm gonna use my bless. 17. Thank you, Carrick.
Just
Oh,
makes it.
you saved your bacon there.
He would have
Yeah,
probably
he
did, man.
He was
Good
gonna
man
probably
yourself,
walk you into a rat. But she'll grimace at you. She's like,
Yes.
Not even the decency of a crow. It's a rat.
Bitch.
and again, she's just gonna like.
Oh, thank you, Freya.
Oh, Shadar just got blessed again.
Yeah, thank you, Freya Ravenbride, with the best
Ooh.
name ever.
What a savage name.
What
Yes.
a name.
It's good.
Shadar loves you. The Raven Queen smiles upon you.
So my turn. Okay. As I've still got the concentration up for my fly, I'm just gonna again gliding back on my back over to here. But as I go past the table, first of all, I'm just gonna grab one of the knives that were animated with my tail, and as I go past Shadar, I'll just be like, "Carry on, you're doing well."
What?
And
I mean, I know.
and then putting up to Mina, you really should sing more, and I will hold
In
a
battle?
spell. Do I need to tell you which spell, or
No.
I can?
No,
It's no problem.
no, you needn't because the hags wouldn't know. So that's
Okay,
fine.
so I'm gonna hold it until I see one or two of them pop out, if they're collective or singular.
Oh, awesome!
Oh, wow, Freya, thank you.
Freya just subscribed, so you can choose to give inspiration to one of her.
Hooray!
Thank
And
you
use
so much
it.
for the sub. So yeah,
the last
do
3
help out.
people who subbed didn't give an inspiration out. So give an inspiration.
So Damon, this will probably well. Do you see anyone pop out here?
I do. I don't know. I don't know if that's up to you. I don't know if it'll count that my spell would hit from there though, because of the outcroppings here. But
Yeah, it would probably be half cover if you can only see partial.
okay, yeah. Well, that was my trigger, so I'll absolutely do it. So, with the dagger that I picked up with my tail, I'll flick it up into the air and cast Conjure Barrage.
Ah,
Nice.
Oh.
very nice.
So they have to do a dexterity saving throw. The DC is actually 19. It's wrong there. Or they take 3d8 damage. So essentially what happens is as I throw the dagger up with my tail, it splits into like hundreds of daggers and then just shoots off in this cone.
So this still is non-magical daggers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a non-magical weapon, but it's a magical spell.
Yeah.
So I don't think that changes the damage type.
It doesn't. I learned this
Oh,
in our
yeah,
battle
yeah.
with the
Right.
Tarask.
Yeah.
It's gonna fail, so you can roll damage for that.
Hey.
That was
11.
Annie, was it?
Not bad.
In a 60-foot cone. So I think this would nab all of them.
Nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
Subtract some damage.
Okay.
Didn't seem to have
Thank you.
the desired
Sorry.
effect.
Thank you, Freya Ravenbride, for the inspiration for Shadar.
That's only fitting that Shadar gets inspiration. From
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. He's gonna need it, but it looks of it.
So Damon, you have your triggered action done.
Mhm.
So yeah, the hag is going to cast a fun spell. I really like this spell. It's called.
Oh,
I fear when Mark says phone.
I mean, yeah, that's just. Oh,
So 20-foot cube. Let me draw it. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here, and it's a spell called.
oh, that's fine.
Yeah. It's a spell called Nethair's Mischief.
Where'd this come from?
Right.
It's there.
Yeah.
So everyone, I would like you to roll a d4. There doesn't appear to be a save for this. It just happens.
Oh no.
This can't be good.
I've got a 3.
I got a 3 as well.
Got a 2.
So Damon and Shadar got a 3. So each creature in the cube must succeed. Oh no, there is a save here, a wisdom saving throw. Sorry. So it's a different save depending on what. You roll.
Okay.
So there it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what was a 2 then?
Oh, no.
I'll tell you. A dex save is for a 2.
And we're a wisdom save. Are we for 3?
Yeah.
Thank fuck for that.
Thank you for the follow.
23.
Oh,
18.
You guys are good except for Damon. So Damon, you start to giggle uncontrollably. You are now incapacitated, and you must use your full movement every turn to go in a random direction. But you are incapacitated at the same time.
Okay.
That makes some sense, but yeah. And that is all she can do. So she is going to poke her head back around that corner. Next hag is going to do the same. Move here. And this.
I can see that one.
Yeah.
Boom.
She is going to look at you all.
Oh, I'm casting confusion.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, that was your held action. Sorry, yeah, go.
I needed to see someone to do it. So I see her. It'll be 10-foot radius sphere centered on her.
Okay, it'll only catch her.
That's fine. Wisdom saving throw. And the DC is 17.
Sorry, that should be there. 17. Mark is going to use his inspiration.
Ah,
Last
come
week.
on. Come on.
it's okay. We can
Sons
wear
of
it down.
bitches.
We can start.
I have to say it before I roll, so.
Wherever she is, Miss Jawbreaker just jumped for joy. I can feel it.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Oh, she's in here, I think.
She's in there. She's lurking in there somewhere.
Ah,
good.
come on!
Oh.
Oh, beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
This is great because now we've depleted his resources.
Yes, not only has he
Still have one
failed to
bless.
save, he's
Have
lost
one
it.
bless.
He's lost an inspiration.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're gonna use
well-
the. Are you using it or are you?
I've used it.
What's the DC? 17?
17.
And you need a. Did you roll the D4?
I'm gonna roll. It's a
Oh.
D10.
The bless the D4.
Oh shit! I didn't roll the bless. I didn't call it though before the roll. You have to.
I think you can call it afterwards,
Yeah.
can't you? When yeah, that's how we've done it.
Oh jeez.
I don't know. I mean,
didn't roll that
yeah,
I mean, I
bless,
have to
so-
be honest and
Yeah,
say that that's how
we
did
do
it.
it.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah.
Shit balls.
This is the 4th time Mark
Oh.
has blessed out of one of my reactions.
Who keeps giving
Anyway.
the DM blesses? God damn them.
All the good folk give the DM.
Devious. Sadistic
So
people.
nothing,
Linda.
nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. I mean, I am whittling away the DM's resources, but
Exactly.
nothing happens.
Exactly. In
Oh,
a
it's a
metagame
Matt did
sense,
it.
we accomplished
Oh,
something.
thank you. I couldn't remember who did it, so apologies.
Oh, it's a Matt. Thanks. That's my wife downstairs, by the way.
Yeah. You need to go and have a word, Dave.
Yeah, come on.
Tools to kill
Mark,
you.
can we take the break now, please?
Dave's going to come back with a black eye and an apology.
Nah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mark
I
gets
wasn't
3
even-
more.
Stephen knows what's up.
I've been having so much fun. I haven't even been keeping track of time. So maybe after this turn of combat, when it
I
gets
was only
back to
joking.
Nina,
I don't want to go down there.
Oh,
Whenever,
it's,
whenever
I
you
think
I'm
like.
afraid now.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
wife says
so-
I'm not allowed to play no more.
Yeah.
the Raven
Ma-
Queen is calling Shadar back. Bye now.
That's it. Yeah. Suddenly I have no more spell slots.
Yeah, suddenly I'm all right, I'm done. That's all I had. So they get to do their thing as normal.
So I think what she would do is, let me give out the old ruler here. Do.
You know what's crazy? Even when I try to be useful, it's not working. So
Me
the
again.
comment about Shadar thinking that like Mina can't do anything is probably valid at this point.
Yeah, that was a 4th level spell. That's the biggest gun you've brought out so far.
It is.
So this hag is going to hold out a finger at Tyrion, saying, "You."
Oh dear.
Can I get you to roll a wisdom saving throw, Tyrion?
As you can.
Don't you have like +10 to those?
11.
Dear. So Tyrion,
Don't ask him what the modifier is before he rolls it.
What's that?
Well, I was thinking, doesn't
He's
I
going to
was
be
like-
fine. He's got a +10. It's 11 actually.
It's okay. I have speak with dead.
Tyrion, you feel your arms and legs begin to retract inside your suit of armor. You look up at your hands and they start to turn green, a pale green.
Oh no.
And you turn to Elfric to say, Elfric, something is ribbit. And you are being polymorphed into a toad.
Oh dear.
No.
Why is
Lovely.
it always a toad?
Sir Toadian.
Elfric,
The
before your
Tyrion
eyes-
the amphibian.
Yeah, look at that. Tyrion.
Wow.
Let's hope you don't croak before the end of the
Oh!
So yeah,
Oh, you
Tyrion,
gotta love it.
you are
What happened?
slowly but surely condensed down. I think your armor polymorphs as well, so don't worry about that.
Never in your position, yeah.
Tyrion, not
Just for
Tyrion.
flavor, you're wearing a little helmet on your head.
So the meme without context has to be like the old King Toad from Shrek,
Yeah.
except no other
Yeah.
toads.
I was thinking more Hypnotoad from Futurama, but
Damon seeing this now just starts laughing even louder.
she's going to finish. She's going to laugh her ass off. She's going and head back in this way.
Slag.
Tyrion, it is your turn. Toadian, the custodian.
Is that it, or do you get to make a?
Yeah, am I
Save.
sentient? Am I aware of anything
Oh,
going on?
you are aware that you are a toad.
And can toads move?
Yeah.
Reduced movement or full movement?
Let's look it up.
Yeah, this is going to be very
Does he-
important because Tyrion had a very specific plan, and the toad might be able to enact this plan.
Does he get to save at the end of his turn, or?
Let me double check that. I think you can. Diddly-dee, No, you're.
No, I
You're
don't think you
fucked for
can.
this hour. Or unless she breaks concentration.
Or someone stands on me.
Or someone sends me. Because your HP is now that of a toad's. So
Yeah, I think Elfric would know.
let me.
This is gonna hurt.
But yeah, including mental ability scores are replaced by the statistic of the chosen beast. So it's not like, so if the toad has like a 3 intelligence, you probably can't.
Giant
fair.
toad.
You're not a giant toad, you're a regular toad. So your CR
Oh
is 0.
god. Living the D&D toad.
I'm gonna there. So let me see. Your armor class is 11. Your hit points are 2.
Yeah.
You
You have a bless or anything, Jerry?
strength is 2, dex 11, con 10, intelligence 1, wisdom 8.
Ha! Ribbit.
Does he have to roll on a table because he got a nat?
No, that's
That's not for
skill
saves,
checks.
it's only attacks.
Ah, okay. Cool.
Attacks and skills, or just attacks actually. So Tyrion, you are a toad. Better not let those hags get their hands near you. They'll put you in some sort of rock.
Phonosaurus says bless the toad.
Ah.
She's giving you a bless. I love Phonus, doesn't
I told you to have better wisdom.
Hey, on the plus
Yeah.
side, if you fall into that river, it's not going to do much to you.
Swept
Shame,
away
I would love
into
to
the next
drown as a
campaign.
toad.
Lick it, lick the toad.
I think that's him done. He's just going to look for some flies and wonder why it's so dark in here. Oh, no. Will my torch fall on me and burn me?
Nah, that would your torch did fall. Elfric, your turn.
A bit of a risky plan here. It's entirely based on whether Sir Tyrion would want to be within the mists of the hags or not. And he can't answer me, so I don't know if he can. Would I be able to cast telekinesis, pick up Sir Tyrion as a frog, and hurl him into the other chamber?
I would argue you could
in
do
an
it with
attempt
mage
to
hand.
damage him enough to make him revert into a human being.
I mean, yes.
The toad's name is Leroy.
If that's a possibility, I think I would like to do that.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Can
of
you
course
eat that
possible.
toad?
Yeah, so I will raise my wand.
I love how you're not physically touching it, like, ugh, just made it.
No, of course not. I suppose as it is a creature, Satyrion could object to this if he wanted to, and contest it.
I mean, even if you did want to contest it,
I think he's the intelligence to be aware of what's
It would be
going
it
on.
would be a strength check.
Yeah.
I don't know how strong he is as a frog.
you know, failing that, you never know. A kiss from Mina might revert him back to his true form.
Those poisonous warlock lips.
Kissing the frog, kissing Tyrion. Kissing the frog, kissing Tyrion.
And I'm given that telekinesis lets you exert up to 1,000 pounds of force. I'm assuming, therefore, I would be able to throw Satyrion to about here.
Oh wow! Okay, you could.
With enough force, hopefully, to cause damage to him.
Yep.
Fuck 10 toad.
I know there's not a specific rule for that. That I suppose that's at your discretion.
I'm going to be rolling a d6 for like the falling.
That makes sense, like
And
falling damage.
And how much did you say he had 2 hit points?
2 hit points. So there is a
So,
chance.
Hopefully, it's not a 1.
That's amazing. I kind of hope it is.
Yeetus
Okay.
repeatus.
I'm gonna do that then. Let's have some telekinesis.
Hocus crocus.
Hey.
I do apologise about this, Satyrion. There is I think this is what you would have wanted.
Phonosaurus is toad tosser.
That sounds like kind of.
Yeah,
It's good.
Never
That's
seen
kinda
Beer
nice.
Fest.
It's questionable.
Yeah, it sounds.
I'd like to throw him here.
Okay, I will boop you over here.
Go,
Oh
Kermit.
damn.
Oh, hello.
Frog instant.
I'm so sorry. This goes back.
Let's see how this goes.
Roll a d6 as you hurl Sir Crokion or Toadion
Ugh.
into the fray. So yeah, you chuck him, like launch him right over the guys, the giggling Damon and the other two, and he just goes. But then,
Does his torch come back? Like, can we see it now?
Oh, his torch is actually gone. Let me remove that.
Well, did it polymorph with me as it was an item I was holding, or did it
He
hit the
did.
deck?
He was carrying it.
True. That's fair. So
And
yeah, Tyrion, you from this like little, like fist-sized bloop of green on the ground, you just seem to rise from it and just grow and grow back into your original form. You take 2 points of damage, but you are now back, and you can see all 3 Aberthail triplets. In this,
He doesn't take any though.
Yeah,
No,
the
the
Like
toad
the
takes
frog
damage,
take,
damn.
the toad takes
was
it, and then it
like
goes
bonus
back to
AC,
Tyrion.
wasn't
Kinda like
But
this-
the
yeah.
damage carries, does it not?
No, it.
No,
It's
it's like
the
wild
additional
shape.
damage, yes,
Yeah,
but
so
it's the
it's
2
like wild
damage to
shape.
kill the toad, and then
Sorry, I understand. Yeah, you're dead right.
See, I threw him deliberately with the perfect amount of force to kill him as a toad.
No better man to calculate that
Otherwise,
exact trajectory
Yeah,
and the
that
damage it will
exact.
do.
and I think as he
He's had to
stands
do
up,
this before, you know.
yeah, as he stands up, it's just the doom music hits. Like, fuck.
All 3 of the triplets say, "My sisters, it appears our first victim has arrived."
Oh,
Like one of them dinosaur things you put in the water and they grow as they soak up the water.
So,
Grow
I like
your
the
own
confidence.
paladin.
Yes.
So Tyrion, for context, you see what you assume to be this, the makeshift area that you saw that seemed to be ransacked and, stuff moved in a hurry. This seems to be where things have been relocated to. You see, some crude bedding. You see a giant kind of pit fire with a cauldron with some weird illuminated spell circles around it. On a desk, you see various vials, and even at a glance, you think you can see a body part of some sort, maybe an organ, and then a really kind of crude, badly nailed together bookshelf with a few books on the display. But in the meantime, Elfric, was there anything else you would like to do?
Yeah, there is, because I can't just throw him in there and leave him by himself. I'd like to use my bonus action to Misty Step to here,
Cool.
Wish I had that.
and I will then use my regular movement to kind of take cover by this outcrop.
Okay. Cool. No problemo. Anything else?
No, that's everything for me.
Shadar, back to you.
Okay. Can clerics cast Misty Step?
Do you have Misty
Doesn't have
Step?
it?
No, well, it's. You see, I was googling it, and it's
not like
some sorts. It's not on Roll20, but on some Google searches it says that they can. It's level 3.
I think
could be
it's on
specific.
certain ones.
It's
Yeah.
on certain subclasses. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna go 5,
Oh,
10,
wait,
15.
sorry. You need to roll a d4 again before you move.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
2 again.
You had
dexterity.
dexterity this time.
Diving throws it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Well, I'm glad I Misty Step past that area.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was a continuous effect or not.
Natural
Oh,
20.
yeah, you're good.
Oh, beautiful.
Is this for every square I move through?
No, it's just when you start your turn.
Oh, that would be
Okay, so
horrible.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. A couple of things I can do here, but one of them is I'm just gonna. Okay. Fuck. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 30. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just going to do it. Shadara's going to cast. He will reach inside it and he'll grab his holy symbol beneath his black chainmail and he'll pull it out and he'll. By the power of the Raven Queen, send your guardians are my guardians. Smite this evil from the land.
Hell
He'll
yeah.
cast Spirit Guardians at level 6.
Oh,
Ooh,
Bring on the hurt.
oh,
Fucking 6.
nice.
So I'll dump Spirit Guardians in there to the chat.
These guys are going to be badass.
So you call forth spirits to protect you. They flit around you to a distance of 15-foot radius. If you're good or neutral, we've already discussed what they look like. Affected creature's speed is halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area for the first time or on a turn or starts a turn there, it must make a wisdom save. On the failed save, it takes 3d8 plus a d8 extra per level. So that'll be 68 for whatever's in the radius. I'll bang up
Wow.
if they want to try and counterspell it, they can. Unless
I think they would.
Okay, go for it, yeah.
Given the nature of the spell and they can see you.
I don't know. Okay, cool. I don't know if they know what the spell. Maybe they do. Go for it, yeah. So it'll be
They'll see you casting something and they'll just
Yeah.
counterspell.
10 plus 6, I think, isn't it? 16.
Oof.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Can I use a bless to
Increase
knock
the
that down?
DC.
No, to
No.
knock your
Oh,
roll down.
yeah.
No.
No, that would be a bane, so.
Okay, we need to work that shit into the fucking chat.
Can you use your inspiration as a
Free
So
bless,
just-
free bane.
So I'm just rolling a d20 and I got to beat, what, 16?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So this will be. I'll just whack an old ore on there. That's what I was looking at earlier. 15 foot, and there's do you know what color we'll make it? Kind of a dark blue, because you can't see the black. That's all he's got.
Okay.
He's no bonus actions. He's no nothing. And he is gonna fucking go bananas now. The next one. That's it.
Nice. So
Sweet.
we're going to go back to Mina. But before you roll that d4, Mina, I think we will take a very quick break there.
Cool.
ah, yes, makes sense.
I hate to do it during combat, but we will only be 5 whole minutes. So
Cool.
do stick around and do come back, because things are about to get very, very interesting.
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
I'll see you in 5, everyone.
Is that Kevin?
Ta-da.
5.
Stop that.
Or not. We could not be taking a
We're waiting
break.
for the word.
Yeah.
So that we're clear. I think generally.
Maybe Christian is Busy.
Solo's gone for a bath.
You want me to roll? Let me.
Give us a song, Bard.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the circus. As the guys are toe to toe with 3 menace hags, three homebrewed hags that I've conjured up for these guys to face off with, and they're holding their own. So let's see how we get on. So we ended it at the top of the turn order, where Mina will be rolling a d4 because she is in this square where one of the hags has cast Nethair's mischief, and I will need a dexterity saving throw from you, Mina. If you would please. Oh, dearie me.
Oof.
A natural 1 is certainly going to fail the required save. You see, at one point you're in this cave, but all around you, bouquets of flowers just appear all around you, everywhere. Walls, ceiling, ground, blurring up your vision, just flowers and flowers. You are blinded until the start of your next turn. All the flowers are spraying water into your face. Feels kind of refreshing.
Am I allowed to move?
You're allowed to move, but you're blind.
Cool.
Blinded.
Roses are.
Well, I do know in general where I wanted to go. I'm happy to go 1, 2, and bump into a wall.
Sure. You can still use up the rest of your movement if you would like to.
That's my leg. Mina, that's my leg.
Mina is currently in a herbal essences ad right now.
What? You all right, my dear?
I can't see.
I have a thing for that. but it will take my action to cast it, so I can't do it right now. Damn you, woman, do you not know the mechanics of this game?
So I imagined it was like step, wall, Shadar, and then it's like, okay, let me just put my, that's his leg, that's the wall.
Miss Jawbreaker says, yes, Mina, touch Shadar.
I did.
You did.
I did. He told me he had a thing for that, but not right now. So that's where I am. Yeah, can't see anything, but I'm out of the area. And
it is the Menace Hag's turn that cast this, and she's going to use her bonus action to move it.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
You
but
son of a bitch.
luckily for you, she can only move it 10 feet at a time. So it goes.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh,
That's
is this your
absolutely
spell,
fine.
Mark, or
No, this is I think this is from Tash's.
is it?
Oh, no, do you know where it's from? I think it's from Fizban's. Actually, it's a new enough.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I can't remember where I got it, but it is a thing.
It's fucking yeah.
It's fun.
It's
the
a
whole
pitch.
team with these hags is that they're trickery.
Yeah.
They mess with the
Mm.
mind.
actually, well, no, it's her turn. No, never mind, we're good.
Okay. So what she's going to do is she is going to cast Absorb Elements. And that is all she can do because there's Mischief is a concentration spell, so she can't cast anything else at the moment. So that's what she's going to do. So you can see her radiate with this silvery light. And she says, give me everything you've got. Damon, you are addled, I believe. You are.
What's the condition of that? I can't do anything.
So
is it?
you can't do anything, and you're going to have to make another D4 again on top of that as well. But you have to move in a random direction. So if you would please roll me a D8. So 1 being south, and we'll go in a clockwise motion.
Right. Okay.
So you rolled a 2, so you'll be going in this direction, bump into the table. So you're going to stop about there. If that,
Okay. Yeah.
And I'll need another D4 from you to see what else happens to you.
Oh,
Oh,
Can I get a dexterity save from you, please?
I hate this so much.
Ooh, so
I
now
will.
are you-
I will use a bless. I don't know if that's
Okay.
gonna make a difference, but I'm gonna use a bless. 3.
The DC is not met, so you are incapacitated and blinded as flowers pop up into your vision, similar to me now. You find it, you're addled, but you find it quite pleasant. But again, psh, psh, water being squirted into your
Welcome to the party.
yeah,
Does this affect my concentration for the fly?
it would. Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, would it? Because you're not taking damage.
No, he's not taking damage.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
So essentially, what's happening is I'm doing like Gladiator, where I'm just floating above the grass with the flowers spraying me in the face.
Yeah.
You're in Elysium and you're already dead.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm having a grand old
just
time.
means you can't take actions or reactions. You can still concentrate on things.
That's an Adeline.
So Tyrion, this one on
friend.
the right
Knife him. Get him.
is going to again. She's going to point a finger at you and say, "That's quite far enough." Can I get a wisdom save from you as she casts Hold Person on you?
Let's go.
Also, that fly is 10 minutes, so just tell me when that's up, Mark, and I'll.
Son of a bitch.
You got a bless?
Yeah, let's bless it. What's that, D4?
Come on, he's potential 17 here. Oh.
Oh, no. Your joint seize up as if you were bound by invisible rope. You are now paralyzed, my friend. For the duration as well, so you're paralyzed for 1 minute.
He gets a save after every at the end of his
Yeah.
turn, doesn't he? Yeah.
That's all she can do. Next one. I mean, seeing that Tyrion is paralyzed, sense the reason she'd try and come on up here and attack with advantage each time. Or is it an auto hit when you're paralyzed?
It's advantage auto crit.
Advantage auto crit.
Oof.
Here we go.
Oh shit! Well, it doesn't matter. She was going to crit anyway.
Yeah, so take the damage and we'll also roll on that table as well.
29.
Wow.
Well, here's the thing. Tyrion can't be crit as the strike hits his armor and there's a radiant blue flash as it is
Adamantine.
negated by the
Adamantine armor.
adamantine.
Okay.
You'll take the 17 only, and she will also.
Nice.
That is pretty darn sweet. 36. You're able to maneuver towards your opponent while attacking and attempt to harass them. After you attack, you can choose to grapple your opponent with your free hand. But you're paralyzed, so she's going to opt to not do that. She gets a second attack. Should we roll with advantage? For a 22.
Just hits.
For 17 points of slashing damage.
Really don't want to be that guy, but it's an auto crit.
It can't be crit.
Oh, sorry. Yes, sorry. I just heard that. Sorry. Apologies.
So she's knowing that Tyrion is just bound. She's gonna take a couple of steps back. And
Fucking slag.
so Tyrion, you are paralyzed up to the end of your turn, so you can roll another save if you wish.
Oh, damn.
On account of being held,
Yeah,
Yeah.
now I get it.
good. You
Where were you a
snap out
minute ago?
of it. So you snap out of it. I think it was the strikes that did it. But you are free once more. Elfric, back to you.
Okay, I'll step forward 10 feet, poke my head around here.
Yeah, you get a good
Yes,
look at what's going on.
Yeah, this grisly scene. And I'll plonk a hypnotic pattern down in the middle of these three.
Ooh.
What is the save, good sir?
The save is 18. Wisdom save.
Okay. Must remember to get advantage on these.
A sort of swirl of multicolored patterns, like a kaleidoscope, reel around in the air.
So there's 122. 13. and a 13. So all but this top one are affected by this.
Does this affect the
Excellent.
spell around us?
I think it would. Yeah. Hypnotic pattern. Does that break concentration, Alfred?
Oh, I'm not sure. Let me just read the description. And a failed save. So it says, whilst charmed by this spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. So I don't know if incapacitation affects...
we left Damon flying, so because he was incapacitated.
Fair enough.
I think it stands to reason that they will hold concentration on that.
Fair enough. And
Fair
yeah,
enough.
they get another saving throw at the end of each of their turns,
Okay.
as with hold person. And I shall duck behind this outcrop again and end my turn.
Very nice. You're throwing out the game breaking moves here. I like it.
Hopefully.
Yeah, unfortunately, as soon as Shadar's Spirit Guardians hit them, they'll take damage and that will drop. I think as soon as they take damage, it drops.
Oh, should all three of them should have had,
let me
or is it
see.
on his turn?
Oh, yeah. The spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage.
Unfortunately, but he's going to have to do this 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, he's going to go there.
Well, at least the attack from the Spirit Guardians will have advantage, won't it?
It's
I don't know
a
if they
save.
make- oh, it's a
I'm
save,
just going to
is it?
drop it in here now.
Yeah.
So it is at level 6. Spirit Guardians, there it goes. So
Yeah, that's great.
must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 68 radiant damage. On a successful save, the creature takes half, but its movement inside the area is also halved, whether it saves or not.
That's good.
Why is your DC only 16? Is your wisdom not 20?
Fail.
No, it's not. No, you had other things to do with life than min max. But he's definitely going to. If he goes up a level, he's definitely going to do that.
Fails all
Sweet.
round. Fails all around.
Fails all around.
That's
So
a
it's
huge stack of damage.
68.
Jesus, bring on the pain.
What is a slash roll? 6d8.
Just /R.
As it's well,
Oh,
slash roll is
yeah.
as well.
Same.
Either
No
way.
difference.
32.
Hey, nice. 3
Pretty
eights.
decent. Pretty
So
decent
as
roll as well.
Shadar walks up, his arms are just out, his head's
You want to go?
looking at the sky, and this maelstrom of ghostly wraith-looking black and grey and white ravens just sometimes here and sometimes not there, and this screeching these all this shit is just flying around him. And as he walks past Tyrion and as he walks past Aelfric, they're just completely unharmed. But these girls just take a ripping.
I'm glad he's on our side.
I'm so upset I'm blind. What's happening?
I can hear this incessant cacawing. What's going on?
It
this
sounds like
Shadar?
Shadar.
Sounds like Shadar.
Shadar, cacaw twice if it's you.
So Shadar, as these fleet of this hurricane of ravens just sailing around you, it cuts these hags to tatters. They're all still alive now. The two right next to you look terrible, and the
That's
one
cool.
further away says, "My sisters, our power is fading."
So I'm going to use my action. So, given that was in place since the last round, and I'm going to cast Blight.
I guess they're not big fans of Hitchcock.
There's a Blight at level 4 on, I believe it's touch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where is it? Let me just double
30
check.
feet of range, like.
Oh, 30 foot. So which is the one that's that looks the best?
This one over here.
This lady here?
Yep.
Let's see what her. Here's a Blight.
Oh wow! Look at all those dice.
That's
Hey.
34 necrotic plus. I don't believe I get the blessed. Stephen, you'd know. Do I get blessed strike on that?
Oh, I'm not sure though. For the cleric, I think it's only melee attacks, isn't it? Melee
Let's
and
check. Blessed strike. Where's it going on my thing? Blessed strikes. You are blessed with divine might in battle when a creature takes damage from your cantrips or weapon attacks. So no. So it's 34. And it is DC 16 con save.
She just passed.
Oh,
Is
She's
hers-
advantage on that.
half, I think. Isn't it?
Is it
Yeah.
halved?
So she takes. Yeah. So what is that?
17.
17.
hey, we'll take it.
Yeah. Again, you just see her skin shrivel behind that face paint. She just goes.
And as he reaches his hand out to her and he looks at her, he goes, "The Raven Queen calls for your corrupted soul."
Nice.
Just leaves it at that.
You're right. I'm glad he's on our side.
Shriveled up, she's like, "My sisters, our power." But
Your power wanes, as does your time on this earth.
Love it. I love
That's
it.
it.
Mina,
That's all he's got.
You are blinded. Can I get a D4? Oh, 1. That's new.
Oh no, poor Mina.
Did they do their save to keep concentration?
But yeah.
Very good. Very good, sir.
Well remembered.
So how much was it for the Spirit Guardians?
16.
32.
So it'd be
32.
DC 16
Sorry.
save for that one.
So there's only one concentration spell up anyway. So
Okay, so 16 and then...
So they do have Warcaster, so I remember that now.
Hey.
Advantageous. 14.
14.
That is a fail.
Let's do it, my friend.
Woohoo!
My friend.
So you are good, Mina. Never
Clears
mind that.
ground.
That's a shame. That one would have been fun.
Next year we'll find out again what it does.
Am I still blinded?
No, you're good. All the
I'm
effects
good.
of it.
Good.
Good.
Oh yes.
Oh, all right.
Mm,
So
Good to have you
1,
back.
3. I actually haven't been looking at anything since I was blind, so I don't know what's happening. Oh, yes, I see them all.
Yeah, they don't look very good. Like they're currently being like these ravens are like razors just flying around in a hurricane. They're just going, no. And then this one over here looks like she's aged by like 70 years. Her skin is all shriveled and bony, and she's very gaunt looking.
Oh, that cuts
As a
deep.
yeah, it would cut deep to Shadar, but you've cast Blight before. You know what it does.
But it wasn't blight at all.
I would like to cast Phantasmal Killer on the one in front of Shadar.
Now we're talking.
Now it's
So-
personal. Yeah.
I am going to need a Wisdom saving throw.
From one or all.
It's just the one. The one that goes next.
Well, you have to pick one. You don't know which one goes next.
No, this one. Sorry.
20.
So, that is Warcaster save advantage on all wisdom throws, or just the ones that are to maintain concentration?
They have a magic resistance ability as well,
Oh, okay.
which is on all saving throws and magical effects.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if anything happens on a pass. On a successful save, the spell ends. Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Okay. So,
Mina, you really have to do something.
anything
Meanwhile,
else?
Damon's laughing his ass off.
You
He's
see
having a
nothing.
jolly old time down there. Anything else from yourself, Mina?
I'll just head over here.
And pout.
Actually, no, I'll head a little closer in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, I sure would love to do something.
Entering
That's me.
the spirit guardians. You're considered friendly to shit, aren't you?
I think so. He didn't mind when I touched him.
Is anyone at this current moment?
So yeah.
Yesterday
So-
she was, anyway.
I must ask, spirit guardians, start or end of turn do they take damage?
Sorry, let me just I'll just throw it in again.
I should know
Start
that.
or move
No,
into it,
I
I
think
think.
it's
Starts,
start.
it's
I
turn
think it's
there.
start.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's start or
It
enters it.
is, yeah. Start.
Yeah, so start. So it's another DC. How do we play it with Shell Up? Is it? Do we just stick with the damage, or do we
Yeah, it
roll
was
the damage?
roll over.
Yeah, so it's 32.
How does this one meet its end?
Ooh.
Which one?
The one right above you here.
Here.
Big old red X.
She
on it.
goes to she like the ravens they're just tearing lumps out of her, and you can just see strips of skin just getting torn off, and she goes to drop, and Shadar catches her by the neck, pulls her in, and he goes, "I have spells to wrestle answers from you beyond the grave, witch. Best believe I'll be calling." And he slams her on the ground.
Nice.
Nice indeed.
Nice.
That would bring us straight to Damon.
Okay, cheeks hurting a little from all the laughter. 20, 30. Oh, having a party without me? That's not right. I pulled the bow off the back of my back, and I'm going to go for this one far off.
Nice.
So you see, as he pulls this bow off, there's like cogwork up the shaft. I'm not quite sure what it's called.
Stave.
That's it. Thank you. That start like tightening almost all by themselves, and he takes his arrow and has a shot with his Widowmaker. Oh,
Ooh. Can I get a D100 from you, sir?
oh no!
What's with this awesome widows?
97.
87. You lose your footing while attacking and fall head first. You fall prone. Roll a DC 15 Constitution save.
Oh man.
I just read the rest of it. That's hilarious. Oh, that's hilarious. Ah, nice.
Oh no!
Hold on. Isn't there some sort of bonus for standing next to Tyrion on saves?
I don't know. Is he my friend?
I mean, that's a good question.
That's up to you. I'm an ally right now.
Well, if he's we'll give him a +5.
All right, okay, you're good. I'm gonna read out the whole thing because it's hilarious. Roll a DC 15 con save. On a failure, you take 2d6 damage and are knocked unconscious as you fall forward onto the ground. But you will only take half that and remain conscious. So you fire your bow. You take a step back as you're firing, and you trip over a rock. You fall flat on your back, and your head hits the back of a rock, and you're going to take a d6. You're going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you feel a little bit silly.
I'd like to say that was meant, but the bow obviously wasn't ready. I stand up and take a second shot.
You have enough movement left. To
Oh,
stand up.
27 will...
Because I have fly, I have 60
Oh,
feet.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fair,
Nice. Man, how do you fall over when you're flying?
I know. It was just the force of the bow. The bow. I over tightened the bow with the cogs.
it was this one, right?
It's just like the
the
rogue when he
furthest
pulls
one,
the
yeah.
bow and the bow shoots him back and the bow stays there.
Yeah.
Tell me, Damon, as you redeem yourself, does she die well?
So the arrow.
Nice.
Knowing how badly I just screwed up that first shot and how I'm trying to impress a little bit this new group, I just drill it straight through one of her eyes as it rockets out the back of her skull.
Yeah, it's like the eye is still like on the arrowhead.
Nice.
Back,
Of
yeah.
course it is.
And
then for my bonus action,
sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
The jump. So Rocket should have 13 foot of jump if he runs 10 feet. So if he was to take that 10 foot to run up there, he could get over.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 20, 30 feet. He's going to make it to there, and that's it. 40 foot. So there we go.
Okay, that'll bring us back to the one remaining Menace Hag's turn.
Oh, she
Not-
needs to take damage.
Yeah, and do you know what? I'm not even going to bother with the save because she has 3 hit points left, so it's going to kill her
Wow.
either way, even if she passes.
Again, I'll
So-
just catch her
Yeah.
by the throat and bring her in and go, I will come calling to you, witch beyond the grave.
That will take you guys all out of combat as they all fall.
Nice. Those ravens did the job.
Yeah, they're awesome. And they are like, it's a concentration spell for 10 minutes. So you will see all these spectral ravens they'll just kind of stop flying around Shadar and they'll all just come to rest on his shoulders and his head and on his arms.
Wow.
And he's going to keep them there.
Sweet. Well, well done, everybody. Those were quite tricky foes.
So looking around, Shadar, you see like knickknacks on that little table over there. You see books on this shelf here, and by knickknacks I mean like vials of weird liquids, jars of bits like animal, insect, and some even human body parts.
How's everyone looking?
Looking around, Mina looks perfectly fine, albeit a little bit, I suppose, pissed off, frustrated. Alfric and Tyrion look a little bit banged up.
A bit the worse for wear.
Okay.
So Tyrion, I do hope the frog incident was not too alarming to you. I thought you'd want to be in the midst of things.
Oh yes, no, quite exactly what I would have wanted. Thank you, Alfred.
Excellent.
I'll drop a cure wounds on Tyrion and a cure wounds on Elfric. So.
Much appreciated. I do have a most dreadful headache.
I want to check these bodies to make
So
sure
he
that they're
gets-
actually.
Elfric gets 11 and Tyrion gets 12.
Very much.
Oh, sorry. No, Elfric gets 7.
Oh, you're not higher casting it, are you?
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
sorry,
sorry,
that's
yeah.
it. Strike just does it all the time.
Sorry.
Sorry, Elfric gets 7 and Tyrion gets 11.
Gotcha, thank you.
No worries. Just
That's
in
a
the
lot
light of the
better.
Raven Queen. Knit your wounds, my friend.
Yeah, I want to see if these bodies. First of all, I want to see if they're dead. If they seem to be changing in any way, as if because we having what happened. I know that they're very good at illusion, so I just want to check that they are what they supposedly are.
In the faint distance, in the wind, you can hear it getting louder and louder. Orchestral opera music. Get ready for the second form. No, I'm just kidding. No, they're definitely upon inspection. But you can roll roll a medicine check, actually, if you're checking to see if they're dead, or what's the story there.
Natural 20.
Very nice.
Yeah, so something is happening with these bodies. They seem to be, now that they're dead, the skin seems to be not rapidly, but decaying at a very accelerated rate. As in, you can already see the skin start to break down. But not, super fast, if that makes sense. You have time.
My dear Raven boy, you might want to peruse these bodies.
I'm busy. And he's walking back out the room with one of them, dragging them by the hair.
He's up
I'm
to
going
his
to
old.
message you a question real quick.
He's up to his old tricks again.
And he'll put her up on the table.
Okay.
And he will use an action to cast Speak with Dead.
Right. So before you do that, is there anyone doing anything else in the meantime?
I'd like to have a little bit of a browse of the room.
Yeah.
This table here, this sort of collapsed shelf, just anything, if there's anything intact that might be of interest.
And I wanted to check these runes and stuff here.
Oh yeah, then that's probably a good idea.
Tyrion's checking the wicker head.
Essentially, I'll go around with Elfric, just
Yeah,
checking out the
we'll
room.
check it all out.
So for Tyrion, looking at this wicker head, it's the same as the one you saw in that other room that burst into flames. Could you make an Arcana check?
Probably not, but let's see. Surprising.
Decent.
So you can tell that this is used for some sort of, magical means. Although you can't fully discern the properties and how it's done, you can imagine this thing can be used to see through the eyes of other heads of these things throughout the layer. So it's kind of like a what it was called, like a periscope, to kind of check on different parts of the layer. So
He will set it on fire.
Yeah. So it's kind of like to see intruders incoming, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Go check on the kid.
You're going out to the front.
This is Mina saying this. So are we sticking around in here, or?
Alfred, you said you were doing something. Sorry.
Yeah, just I think Damon said as well. We're going to kind of just have do a bit of a lap around the room and see if there's anything of significance here or there, or in this kind of ritual pyre.
So looking around, you see the sort of thing, the sort of stuff that really kind of unsettles you. You see like bits of bones, scrap that have like little scraps of like flesh on them. You see vials, you see jars with like eyes, or you see a long jar with like a spine in it. But you do see an old book, really old, kind of worn leather book, and on the front it says, it's just laying on the table just here.
Interesting.
And it says the mother's words on it.
Oh.
Well, probably don't have time to read that right now, but I'll take it.
Okay.
Looks like it could be useful.
Other than that, there's ruins around this fire that has seemed to they were kind of brimming with this light earlier, but it seems to have reduced to just markings on the ground now. There's no light emanating from it.
I think, would I still have my telekinesis active by any chance? I think it lasts an hour.
Sure.
Would I just be able to sort of collapse this structure with it?
Yeah, like, I mean, that's seems fine to me. Yep.
Just sort of maybe extinguish any fire that was left, just kind of disgusted by the sight of it. Just
cool.
Kind of try and kind of sweep it away.
Yep, and you do, and it darkens the place a little bit for those who does not have. I think Tyrion has a torchlight anyway, so I don't think it affects visibility very much.
Oh, evil stuff. Dreadful.
Yes. This wasn't exactly the most pleasant of places, was it?
I imagine we've done the town a service by destroying these hags.
What do you know of these creatures? Is there a way for them to survive this?
So Tyrion said he'd encountered them before. Perhaps he'll know.
I think as he has stopped at the body of the first hag, he will remove its head from its body.
Okay. Yeah, and you
And
do
when he
so
has
with,
that one,
with relative ease.
He will go to the second and remove that head and carry them with him.
Okay. Before you guys exit this part of the cave, Shadar's had a few minutes to do his thing, so we'll kind of do that as an in the meantime kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That suits everyone.
Excellent.
So we'll jump to you, Shadar, if everyone is finished up in the top section.
So cool. So Shadar has taken a hammer and 2 nails, and he is he has nailed her right hand to the table, and he has nailed her left hand to the table, and he grabs the back of her head, and he can't speak with dead. And he goes, "I told you I would come for you, witch. Answer my questions, and maybe the Raven Queen will look favorably on you as you join her queue." And his first question will be, what is the location of Silat, Shildar, and Sulame? They don't have to answer.
No, they don't. They don't have to answer. But she'll say, "I know where they are, but I think you do too." Their answers are only brief, so I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Second question. How long were you here for?
Long enough to observe.
Observe what?
Just as we were told to.
By whom?
I think you know that already, Shadar Vicanis.
Last question. Does the creature that Ilya became still wander in that state?
She hungers for your bones still, Shadar
Oh.
Vikanis.
Oh! Well, he just takes his mace and just rams it down right on her throat, and just like whereas Tyrion just severed the head, he'll just bludgeon the neck and the spinal cord until it just becomes a mess of pulp.
So
He'll take the head and just fuck it across the room. Let us scream.
Like, I mean, Mina,
he's on his knees now.
Mina, you definitely heard the bashing, the bludgeoning, and the scream. Everyone heard Shadar shout. So
I was saying because I told them I was leaving when they were all doing their stuff. So I don't know at what point or if he was whispering or.
So Shadar would have done that in private. So you would have caught the very tail end of it, I think.
Okay.
He's on his knees now with his hands on the table, and he's breathing heavily. It's hard to tell whether he's crying or what's happening, but he's in a bad way.
All right. Well, I'm a comforting person by nature, I think. So yeah, I come out. I witness the tail end of that. So Shadar has blunt force trauma, a decapitation, and then collapsed pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she'll woke up not super fast, and Shadar, and then if
what?
Right. Obviously, you're not okay, but is there something that the rest of us need to know? You seemed personally involved, attacked.
I thought I was. Turns out I wasn't. He'll stand up and sort of half lean, half sit on the table. When one has a past, Mina, one seems to attach every eventuality to every situation and believe it possible that no matter where we go, no matter what we do, that one's past has come back to haunt them. That's what happened today. Turns out it wasn't. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Mina's gonna take out her bottle of wine and just pass it over somewhat silently. Just there you go.
He takes it without a moment's hesitation, and he knocks half the bottle back.
Much needed.
It spills down his chin. He hands it back, and he's. Well,
it's been a day.
Well, looks like we saved the day again. What, my dear?
Yeah, you guys are great in there.
I didn't see you do anything yet again, Mina. How is it? You have skills, don't you? You have skills.
Yeah, apparently. Here, take the bottle. I'm gonna go check on the kid.
Right. You'll stuff the cork back in and just put it in his bag for the way back. Yet again, he's not seen Mina do anything.
I tried. I'm actually, as a player, super frustrated.
No. But it's cool. But it's cool. But this is good. Is the thing. It lends to the thing that we were discussing in the Discord. That like we don't know who or what you are really, and it's like I think that's cool.
Miss Jawbreaker says she's just trying to play hard to get. So.
Yeah. But yeah, Mina almost definitely, I guess, more of a serious pout. Like before in the caves and stuff, it definitely was like a pout, crossed arms against the walls. This is definitely more of like a clenched fist and hurried footsteps and just heading out to go see the kid and stuff. And yeah, she'll make her way out.
So I suppose at around this time, Tyrion and the guys, you'd be coming around the corner as well.
As we heard Shadar shouting and stuff, I'm just going to get around the corner enough that I can see that they're okay, and just lean up against Rocket and just watch the drama.
Tyrion, you're dragging the bodies, are you?
Just the heads.
Oh, just the heads. Okay, I won't move the tokens.
The head over here as well.
Well, that's mashed to a pulp, I think, at this point.
Well, no, he would have like
Just
decapitated
the
it
throat. Sorry.
around the neck with his mace.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would have been very messy. If I can wade into here, did you say it was waist deep?
Yeah.
He's gonna just make him a way down here just to see if there's anything down here.
Okay. Yeah. As you wander further down, the sound of rushing water gets louder and louder. You turn the corner up ahead, and you see a waterfall.
Yeah. He's gonna make yeah, cool.
But
Is that Tyrion? Sorry. Is that Tyrion?
Yes, at all.
The cave continues back. This way I'm going to investigate.
He will grab the third pulpy head and maybe tear a piece of this carpet and make a little bindle to carry all three at once.
Yep.
And then he will wait after Shadar.
Okay.
Is that like a 3 or 4 foot thing or
about a 5 footer, I'd say.
All right, so he'll just sit on it, and then just like you're gonna sort of you're sat on a high bar. You're just gonna slip his arse off.
Yeah. So it is evening / nighttime at this point. So, but you look up and you see like an opening in the cave. So if it was daytime, light would spill in here, but since it's not daytime, it does not. But yeah, it is an opening in the cavern system.
What do you think, Tyrion? My curiosity and my urge to cleanse this place has got the better of me.
Well, I definitely think it is worth exploration. We've had 3 hags and a displaced ogre and some sort of face-wielding dog. It's highly possible that there are still other creatures in this place.
Face-wielding dog, indeed. We did not find that thing, did we?
Well, I cleaved it almost in half.
Oh, did you? Sorry, I missed
outside
that.
with the ogre.
Very good. Well, should we tell the rest of them, or should we do this by ourselves?
Well, where are they? Did they not see us come this way?
Hmm?
Did they not see us come this way?
Yes, I think they did. As long as it stays the same depth, I'll just keep going.
Yeah, you see another waterfall. This one's probably more of a 3 footer up ahead.
All right.
But
here, walk down.
You see this little pool of water that gets kind of deeper now. It kind of goes up to about here. I don't know if you can see that up to your chest. And you see bones, human, half-elf, dwarven, whatever, bones scattered along the bank. No doubt coming from the gully that you just traveled down.
He'll sift through the bones and just see if there's anything of personal effects that he might be able to return to anyone who may have cared for them.
So these are, for the most part, just bare bones, but bear with me now just a second. Roll a survival check.
18.
Cool. Roll a d8 now after that.
6.
A 6. Okay. You find a pouch next to one set of bones. Opening up the pouch, you see that there are 13 kind of like ball bearings, like, bullets for a sling. But on closer inspection, there is something carved tiny on each of these bullets, these ball bearings. Can you roll a religion check?
Sure. If he doesn't get this, I mean, you would. How is religion int? Anyway.
Yeah, you think it would be wisdom.
20.
Nice.
Yeah, the holy symbol of Pellar is etched onto every single one of these.
Pellar. Excellent.
Pellar.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you find?
All right. Yeah, I'll throw them in the bag and I'll get in. That was intense.
I hate hags.
As do I, my friend. As do I.
Awful.
Well, look, at least the town guard stayed here.
Let's hope he's still alive.
Yeah, so Mina, you would have checked on the kid and the guard. They are both well.
Maybe Mina's eating him.
And Mina,
I was gonna say that the kid was carried away by this monster. So does the kid have cuts or anything on him, or?
So I kind of had him by the collar of his clothes as opposed to him himself, kind of thing. But he would have been thrashing around.
So I can't heal him either. All right.
At best, he was just bruised, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
While Shadar and that had walked off, Damon and Rocket were going to have made their way out as well.
Alfred, are you in there?
What?
We've circled around. We're at the front.
Oh, okay. Very well.
Front.
And Alfred will make his way to the front of the cave as well. Didn't see any reason to go wading around for...
Yeah.
No place for a wizard.
I only saw it to map say if Shadar had a hammer, he'd hammer in the morning. M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G.
Very good, very good.
Very
good.
That is good.
He's only trying to butter you up now.
Yeah.
Well, all in one piece with the evil dispelled. Quite a pleasant day, all in all.
Glad you enjoyed it, Elfric.
Well, yes, I was sorry it sounded as if you were a little bit distressed, Shadar. I hope everything's okay now.
Now it is, yes, my
That's
friend.
good. That's excellent.
Well, the outcome may be favorable. Process.
Well, in any
may
case,
not have been as enjoyable for me or others as it was for you.
At least this child has been saved from possibly a very grisly fate indeed.
Yes. Child, have you heard of the Raven Queen?
Yes, sir. I've heard.
What do you know of her?
I know that she's someone many folk across the realm worship and look up to. But
indeed,
my family we're people of Torm, as is most of the people of Feminist.
Torm is a worthy god. And Shadar will give her a gold piece. You'll say, tuck that away.
And yeah, his eyes will light up. He's never seen a gold piece before in his whole entire
Give
life.
Pass it on to the most responsible member of your family.
He'll nod and go.
Give yourselves a head start with it.
This is very generous of you indeed. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's the bounty of the Raven Queen. He's going to go up here and begin to set up camp. I assume it's night, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, no time to be walking 8 hours back to town.
My fucking hole there is. We're camping here tonight, my friend. Well, I am anyway.
Okay. And obviously the town guard and the little kid are going to also do the same. They're not going to wander into the darkness by themselves. So they will assist in the setting up of the camp.
Yeah, Shadar got to go, and he has he's a few bottles in his backpack as well, so he's going to sit down and get it going. And he will also cast, unless someone wants to go hunting, he can cast Create Food and Water.
Looks pretty dead around here.
It is now, my friend. Yeah, Shadar will cast Create Food and Water. It's not great, but it'll do the job.
Yep.
And he'll sit down.
I'll make my way up there as well, but when I get to the kid, I'll be like, child, you want to go for a ride?
He's gonna look kind of half scared, half confused because he hasn't really seen many tieflings in his young life.
Half stand up when he hears that as well.
It's okay, child. I meant on my friend here, of course. And I'll gently lift the kid up and put him on the back of Rocket. And then Rocket will kind of run him up to the top.
Okay, yeah, like he's not really quite sure what's going on, but he thinks it's kind of fun being on this, I suppose, mechanical creature.
That's it. Just to kind of stir him up a little bit.
We're all sat around a fire. Can I have a word? Maybe have a word with Damon then.
Sure. Yeah. I presume you guys have like set up camp and you're good to go if that's the case. Yeah.
We'll kind of move over. There'll be a few logs dragged around here. Unless we can all sit around a fire that's here, like whatever.
Sure. Yep.
He'll take out the half bottle of wine that Mina has left, and he'll take a swig and pass it to Damon. Well, my friend, seems you arrived in a timely fashion. Your services were well received. Not going so far as to say you saved the day, but you definitely were instrumental in how far the pendulum swung, as it were. What's your story?
My story is nothing more than I was asked to help, and I delivered such help. Not as
very well. What do
amazing. No, that's not my prerogative. I can earn my own way. This was more the right thing.
I see. So how did your journey take you? Take you to here, and what was instrumental in you crossing our paths?
Well, to be honest, I won't say too much because I barely know you, just as I would imagine you wouldn't tell me too much.
Well, that's why I'm asking questions as to why you've made our acquaintance and whether you intend on hanging around, as it were, when we get back to town.
I'll be around for sure.
Around town or around our company.
If I am needed, then I will stay. But a small word of advice from someone outside of your group. You may want to be a little bit nicer to that one. And I'm like head gesturing towards Mina.
Everyone receives the same treatment in this party from me.
Yes, but some of us might not deserve that.
Shadara looked thoroughly confused.
You may be... You may be a good-looking chap. You may also be working for the right person. Which, by the way, tell her I said hello. But
Really?
It doesn't mean you can't be a bit more friendly.
I've lost my fair share of friends.
Haven't we all, darling?
To be very, very mindful of whom I select to be the next ones.
I can see I'm going to have to keep my eye on you, aren't I?
I get the impression you were anyway.
Yes, you all have your...
And he'll pass the bottle back over to you.
Oh, not for me. I don't partake in wine. It doesn't particularly suit. I prefer hotter stuff.
Very well, more for me.
Tell me, What is the armored one's deal? He seemed, apart from yourself, particularly aggrieved by these creatures.
I don't know, he hasn't. He hasn't spoken of the details, he hasn't divulged the exact reasons why they may have affected him, so maybe you should ask him yourself.
All in good time, my dear. I think right now, I think we all need a little rest.
Yes.
Okay. In the meantime, while that conversation is happening, would anyone else like to do anything?
Yeah. Well, the rest of them were setting up camp. Tyrion has gone off to the distance behind the biggest gnarled tree he could find, and he's going to go to the far side of it, where hopefully he's out of sight of most people, at least not Shadar, who can see into the future. And he's going to take his sword out and roughly carve the symbol of Torm into the backside of this tree. And as he does it, he's going to remove his breastplate and put it in front of the symbol. And he's going to say, "Great grandfather, Thorm, your message has been received. After finding Willem Rockbaker's tomb and instantly being assailed by hags and realizing that I was not able to do a single thing for my companions, it is time that I shoulder the burdens of my oath." And as he's saying this, he's removing the pauldrons from his armor and affixing his great-grandfather's pauldrons. And he says, "It is now my mission, along with ridding the land of this vile, vile curse, to restore your honor, great-grandfather, and I shall do it at utmost haste." And he will set alight the hags' heads, which he'll put beside him, and start to burn them as he resets himself into the armor with the pauldrons on.
Okay.
Beside Damon and go, "Can you smell that?" Yeah. That stench.
Have you drank too much of that wine, I think?
Never.
Mina
Okay.
is uncharacteristically not social.
Okay.
But if anyone says anything, it'll be like, "Oh no, I'm fine. Just unused to all the crazy."
Okay. And is anyone approaching Mina or Alfric? Are you doing anything yourself, or?
No, I think Alfric is probably trying to rest, kind of maybe reeling a little bit from that mental attack that he sustained earlier.
If
Okay.
it's very obvious that Mina doesn't come to us, then I will head down.
I imagine I'm in the area, but not super close.
Yeah, you haven't come up to the campsite as such.
No.
So I come down. Hello, my dear.
Hi, hello.
Allow me to introduce myself properly. My name is Damon Phileas Venushti, and I am charmed to be in your acquaintance. And I'll take her hand and just kiss the back of the hand.
Oh, a gentleman. And she'll kind of, incline her head, do the whole, "I am Mina Dumont. Pleasure to meet you."
Likewise. You're obviously the beauty of this outfit, are you?
I mean, someone has to be.
Right. I mean, saying that, the fellow up above, he does have some charmingly good looks, doesn't he?
Which one?
Oh, you know which one.
Sure.
Okay, at that point, I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts through my helm.
Oh, shit.
Is there a save?
Yeah.
I think there is.
DC 13.
13's not bad. It's doable.
It is doable.
Thanks for the
Is it wisdom?
reason.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't actually know. Let me look at the spell. Because that doesn't actually give me the spell, that thing. It is oh, hang on. I can't find where it says it. Hang on. Sorry,
I
no.
think it's as per the spell.
That's I'm looking at the spell, but I can't see. I'm reading through it quickly.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Thank you. Yeah.
No worries. Oh, goddamn.
Am I aware that this has happened?
Oh yeah, I would assume so. Yeah,
Excellent.
like you feel someone trying to pick your brain, like sifting through a filing cabinet, and you just block it out straight away before they can even.
I think it depends on whether he wants to go for surface thoughts or deeper thoughts.
So let's have a read.
I think there's a.
Sorry, I need to actually add the spell to myself rather than.
You initially learn the
that.
surface thoughts of the creature. What is most in its mind at that moment is an action. You can either shift your attention to another creature's thoughts, or attempt to probe deeper. If you probe deeper, they must make a wisdom saving throw. So
it was only surface thoughts.
So if you want to do surface thoughts, you can do that, and I think you get them.
Yeah, that's what it was. The surface thoughts I was after.
Okay.
What a beautiful save for nothing.
Sorry.
Surface level thoughts.
I just said to you, you know which one.
Hold on.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, like you take the time you need to do this.
Gather your thoughts.
Yeah, I gotta gather my thoughts. A good-looking one, which you know which one.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Yes.
Miss Jawbreaker says she's thinking about Shadar naked. Miss Jawbreaker.
Aren't we both, dear?
It feels like he's wearing
Oh.
nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
Oh.
From the cave, nothing
Six
at
of
all.
Arcanus.
The surface thought is, he means the virgin.
Oh shit! Is there any correlation to that?
Little that narrows that down.
I was going to say, is there any correlation to thought that tells me which one you consider that to be?
I think
I
you're
don't think so.
You'd be hearing just Mina's voice in your head just say,
Yeah.
"Which the virgin?" So probably not. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what Mina would be thinking.
What's the duration of the spell? Because I think it might go on as well.
It's concentration. I can keep it as going.
Yeah, so
Excellent.
you can keep this going if you want.
Are you asking anything else, or?
You seem to want to impress, but not be able to push the matter. Doesn't seem like things were going your way today.
No, my magic seemed to not be working too well today. And then probably the detect thoughts is more along the lines of, not that I'd show anyone what I really could do.
I know what you mean. I was trapped within that ghastly state of laughing too much. But don't get me wrong, I enjoy the good laugh, but that was just
Is there nothing I can do against this? This seems...
not a surface thoughts, no. But it's not your real intentional thoughts either, though. This is
wait,
more
hold
like
on.
your subliminal stuff.
Does this count as a charm?
Oh, I think it's just a
Or a mind
No, it's not a
influencing
charm
effect?
because I'm not asking you to do anything from it.
That's
But
true.
don't forget that your surface thoughts would be your exact sort of thought on not maybe on the answer to his questions, but on your thoughts about why he's answering the questions and your feelings
that's
on them
true.
as well.
Yeah, like if somebody walked past, your surface thoughts could be, I like those boots.
Yeah.
I
Fair.
wish that tree were greener.
Squirrel.
Feel free to tell me this separately from everyone if you like as well.
Of course, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If we get into anything juicy, I guess I would. But as of now, yeah.
Listen, we've had a rough day, my dear. I can't say I've been any better. Did you see me fall over my own boot? That was very embarrassing, considering I was at least 2 inches off the ground as well. But please come and join us and
Sorry.
suck it.
What's going on there?
Yeah,
Apologies, I clicked the
that's all right.
the thing instead of the eye.
Come and join us, and let's forget today.
Oh, yeah, sure. I just I was kicking the rocks around the area to set up my stuff.
Anything I can help with?
Oh, it's pretty clear now.
You've done a great job of dusting the area. Good job.
Is that an actual compliment? Yeah, thanks.
Well, it's because he can't actually see what you've done. Like, he doesn't know what's changed in the time that you've been over here, so he's trying to be complimentive.
Yeah, and I guess she'll just kind of walk over like, oh, okay. Oh, hi, Tyrion.
Mina, not to tell you your business, but as the day has progressed, I think you've made it blatantly obvious you are not the most familiar with dungeons and deep dark caves and other things of that question. So I believe it is my duty to inform you that a slain ogre has a habit of building up internal gas and may explode. So I do suggest you don't camp beside the body. Just letting you know, it's quite horrendous of a smell. It happens
Thank
to
you,
everyone, just ogres
Sir
are quite
Tyrion.
large, so it's much more forceful.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you for
Yes.
telling me that. I'm horrified.
Come by the fire, I have whiskey.
I think Shadar drank all my wine, so.
I have a little bit left. A good third of the bottle. Also, I'd like, as incessant as it is in the mornings, your drumming can be quite peaceful in the evenings. Please,
Why,
Mina.
Shadar, are you asking me to play?
Yes, please play your drums for us, Mina.
I just look at Shadar, and if he notices, I'll give him a wink.
I'll literally, if you want, I mean, he's been very open about it to you. Like as in he's like, there, see, I tried.
Yeah, and that's why he's winking back at you like,
yeah.
I get it. Good man.
So,
Yeah.
So
Since Shadar has the perception of the gods, you can tell that the playing and everything is not to the usual excitement or caliber. But you did ask her to play, so she is playing.
is she gonna stay there? Or is she gonna come join us?
I mean, there's a big giant tree, so I'm not sure realistically where the fire is and where we
The
would sit.
fire is around
I
about
guess
here.
We're
it's-
between
yeah.
us.
Just to
There's
put the
actual
token
tree, so these are
somewhere.
like
Shit
outstretched
out
above
over
us.
here.
Yeah.
Shadar also has two more spell slots left for cure wounds. So if anyone needs them, he'll drop them on you in case something happens during the rest.
Yeah,
And
should be okay.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Everyone good?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
My dear, may I have a look at your instrument?
You play? It's a drum. It's a big, it's like a sizable drum. Usually hangs off the side of her.
I don't, but I'm interested, as with all things.
Sure.
So as you hand it over, he'll take it. This is the thing I was talking to you about, Mark.
Mhm.
And so he'd take the drum, look at it for a second, put it down in between his legs because he's kind of sitting, legs open, legs out kind of thing. And you see as he reaches down to his right leg and starts kind of roughly unbuttoning this kind of segment to his pants.
Are your thoughts still? Are you still
No,
reading my
no.
thoughts?
That's gone. So and then this small patch, no bigger than, like a piece of paper kind of thing, probably smaller. And he pulls it down. And I'm guessing Shadar would see. Mina probably wouldn't. Alfric and Tyrion, if they're paying attention, because he's not hiding it at all. The other reason I say Mina isn't is because she's on the wrong side of me. But you'll see what looks like a metal plate.
On your leg.
On my leg. And then I push on the very edge of it, and it just kind of pops open. And as he pulls back the lid a little bit, he starts pulling out a couple of tools. I think I can make this a tiny bit better. And I start working away on the drum.
Okay. Could I get firstly an intelligence check and then a sleight of hand check from you, Damon?
Of course. So let's just check if I can remember how to do that. Oof.
And then a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Oh, I will use my. Not that it's going to do much. Actually, can I use a bless and my flash of genius?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so I use my flash of genius for me, which gives me a +5, and then I roll my bless, which is a D4. Oh, it's only a 1, but it's a 10, yeah.
So, yeah, you're able to make the acoustics of this drum sound go up that bit further. You put a few like little metal bits in along the side of the drum.
It is an old drum. I guess you would know as you're kind of fiddling with it. So it is a old handmade drum. It's not one of the it wasn't magically put together. It wasn't put together using a very high quality material. It's kind of like an old.
It was lovingly crafted.
It was an old, lovingly crafted. Yeah, so there's definitely a couple spots that could easily be fixed, but if you're handling the drum, you would notice that.
Okay. So yeah, Damon, you do fix any blemishes or anything wrong with this drum, and you also put in a few little metal plates to kind of makes the sound travel a bit further. It's not going to give it any boons, but the drum sounds cleaner, sounds better now. Better than it did, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Try this now, my dear, and I'll pass it back to her and then start putting the tools back and kind of reassembling myself as such.
Yeah, so I guess what do I notice that's different about it? Is it just a little bit better? Is this an artificial infusion or?
Nope, nothing magical or anything. It just, he fixed any, dents or cracks or things like that.
I've had this drum for 30 years, so.
Just tidied it up, gave it a facelift, essentially.
Okay. So while all that's going on, Alfric, you feel something strange under your cloak as you're just sitting there kind of pondering the day. Shadar, you, with your perception of the gods, you smell, again, that faint, that smell, less burning smell this time, but more rotting. And seems to be emanating from Alfric.
None of us notice this rotting smell?
Not immediately.
Alfric, you are right, my friend.
Oh, just come to think of it, I do feel a little bit peculiar.
Describe peculiar.
Well, there's a bit of a strange sensation from within.
So it's not within your body. It's you feel
okay.
this kind of strange slime kind of wet your robes
Okay.
in around your side.
I seem to be a bit slimy. She's odd.
This is like physically slimy, like you sat in slime, or is it like some sort of abstract description for your state of mind, please?
What can I tell about this, Mark? Do I have any idea what's going on?
Something in your pocket, maybe. That's
Okay.
it's within your robes, not your person.
I'll reach into my robes and see
Okay.
just what's going on here.
You pull out the book you had here.
Ah,
The leather
What is that?
bindings of this book seems to be decaying at the same rate the flesh on the hags were.
yeah. So I sort of
Oh.
pull the book out with one hand and hold it up in front of the party and kind of fling it onto the ground in front of me.
Ugh. Where did you get that?
From the hag's lair. Thought it might grant us some sort of insight if I were able to take the time to read it. But
Now this is only the cover of the book, the leather binding of the cover that seems to be kind of starting to rot.
seems to be
If there are words
Be
contained
rotting
within,
away.
now is the time to read them, my friend.
yes, quite right.
Before you do that, may I? And I'll go up to it
Oh yes.
and cast Identify on it.
idea.
So it's not magical.
There doesn't seem to be any magical presence from this.
No, I hadn't thought so either, but there's something strange going on.
So you can, sorry, so it would be, I suppose, to an extent, a little bit of, like the cover of this book is, I suppose, magically bound to the hags in a particular way. If they were to die, the words in this book was to slowly kind of disintegrate also, if that makes sense.
So I can feel a deterioration in the magic.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like there is magic there. It's just there's no kind of, I suppose
Gotcha.
it would be a form of necromancy, I guess, if I was to put a name on it.
Yeah. I would guess
so.
say this would be connected to those fiends. And
I
as I
should
say that, I
expect
want to
so.
look at Tyrion.
He's staring straight back at you.
I'll start flicking through the book, kind of skim reading it, Mark. See if I can see anything that looks like it might be relevant before it corrodes completely.
Seems to be a journal, and your attention flicks towards the end where the date becomes more recent. And it's only a couple of weeks back. I'm going to reveal this to all of you, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So the book says, "My lovelies, since the beginning of this new plague, I have watched the spread from Grendal. It is a curious thing to behold. It seems to be relentless despite curative magics. I would like you to return home to Femless and use my old den for a while. Keep an eye on the spread of this disease throughout the Fenwell dukedom, and send a raven to me when the outbreak looks to transcend the dukedom borders. I fear that if all of Castonia falls prey to this affliction, we may not eat well for some time. As my newest students, now mastering your craft, I task you with observing. The Derris sisters will remain stationed near Gulbury, while the Vicanis sisters remain at Leyden.
The Vicanis sisters.
I heard through your whispers that the brother of the Vicanis sisters will be poking his nose where it doesn't belong. You know what to do. Do not fail me, Lady Esmeralda."
You have sisters.
Who's reading this? Who's reading this?
I'm assuming that
Alfred.
Alfred would read this aloud to the party.
Oh, he's reading it aloud.
Yeah, and probably raising an eyebrow, of course, when he gets to the...
You have sisters.
Do you have some relations that we ought to know about, Shadar?
Well, I have a suggestion before you answer that, Shadar. Would you prefer to continue this? Or leave it there?
I mean, that's a hell of a cliffhanger.
I mean, while I love a good cliffhanger, I'm also
Do you want to sit on this for 2 weeks?
I also really tempted to continue this if Christian's okay with it.
If Christian's okay with it,
You guys are okay with it.
Mm.
Oh,
I'm
for
good.
sure.
Good for
Yeah.
I want some answers.
Stephen?
Yeah.
I'll
Christian's good.
Wait from the good
Wait
word.
for the word from Christian.
Yeah.
Wait from the word
Go
of
big or
God.
go home, he says.
Go big or go home.
Okay. And okay, well, Shadar, like, Mark, can I make a deception check against the whole party?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh,
To try and-
I'd love
to
to
try
roll
and
with
fucking-
this.
Everyone can roll insight against this. Yeah.
Thank you for the follow there.
That is
Landis,
an
the
11.
fifth.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna dump a bless in there.
Okay.
And can I give myself guidance?
Yes.
Giving it all he's got.
Oh man.
So
what are we rolling?
14.
So what did I get? What did I got? 11 plus 2 is 13 and 1 is 4. Fuck's sake. Seems the Raven Queen is not on my side tonight. Oh, look at you guys.
I
Yeah,
don't think it's-
Shadar tries to, like, he just says, there are many with the second name Vikenis in this world.
It's not a very common surname where I come from.
Especially when it says, whispers say the brother shall be poking around, friend.
I don't mean
Mean
to
you
be
no
that.
harm.
They did know your name.
I don't mean to be that guy, but it did seem that those things in there were addressing you.
Right. As the newest member to our party, Damon, I will reliably inform you that you are being that guy.
Then so be it. But if I need to wonder whether I stay with you guys, I'd like to know.
Shadar, if you have some kind of trouble, then perhaps we can help you. We've been through some scrapes here.
Trouble. I used to have trouble.
A
If
friend, I'm afraid to say. History may repeat itself. It appears the trouble has found you once again.
Trouble does have a way of coming back around.
I have worked most of my life to avoid this coming around again.
Well, in my experience, we can only avoid our troubles for so long. Eventually, we have to confront them. And if they have some kind of angle that links them to this terrible plague, it may well be that we have no choice.
Oh, and
Very well.
I must say, Shadar,
What?
if what Alfred says is true and your sisters dwell in Leyden, my mission brings me on the borders of Leyden.
They
must
dwell in
ferret-
Leyden. They
must-
dwell in Leyden, my friend.
Well, my journey brings me to Marin and Luma, which lie either side of Leyden. If you go to them, you will not go alone.
My friends, well, I will tell you a tale. You will listen.
I have not but time, Shadar.
As he starts to tell the tale, I will use my helm again to listen to the surface thoughts.
You bastard. Very well.
Is that before you start? Is like the helm something you can just switch on and off, or is there amount of uses per day? Just curious.
Just happens.
It's always on in that sense.
Okay, that's cool.
It's
I've got a
if I
similar
can there's certain things I can do with it that are only like a once a day type of thing,
Gotcha.
but this surface forts is like kind of whenever I choose to. I mean, I think technically it's on all the time, but I like the idea that he's actively connecting it, sort of thing.
Okay.
Tell you what I know of them. I would advise if we can avoid Leyden, then we avoid it. We have no reason to delve those depths, do we? Yet.
Perhaps not yet, Shadar, but it seems that there is a greater evil at work here. Not only were these three employed by some greater evil, it appears that she is setting up encampments around this continent.
Or
And you yourself cannot allow your Raven Queen to be aware of dangers to the living.
She
Close
is
to
aware
such
of
settlements.
everything, my friend. I'll tell you somewhat of what I know. I had 3 older sisters. Silat, Shilda, and Sulame. They are my older sisters. It was a difficult childhood because they were cruel, sadistic bitches, ruining friendships I'd made in school, even once hanging my family pet and laying the blame at my feet.
As a side, when you mention the pet thing, Damon instinctually just looks at Rocket.
Okay.
I feel like had this been anyone else, I would have been like, yeah, Mina would just like squeeze his knee, but I feel like Shadar would hit me with the mace. So I would like tap his shoulder, like there.
Good boy.
He's not saying this, but on his surface thoughts, Damon, you would hear him say, you'd hear him think that well, he would say, this caused me to become a deeply introspective and quiet child. Was never believed. I tried to tell the truth. And Damon hears with the surface thoughts, that's because my father was off on some damned fool crusade, searching for my grandfather's old armor. No, so Damon hears that. Should I ask you?
I love God.
What?
Nothing.
Sorry.
Steven
I
had some
thought I missed something.
interesting Steven had some interesting reactions.
Oh, I see. He says, I don't know where it started, but I attended the school that they attended, the town of Leyden. And then they were pulled out of the school to study with a wise woman. Seemed to make no sense to me. They would return school holidays and religious celebrations and weekends, and that began to see less and less of them, and it was a blessing. They were my tormentors for years. They hated me. I don't know what they learned. When I turned 12, all hell broke loose in Leyden. From what my mother told me, I don't know. They were involved in some sort of ritual. And you begin to cry now. This ritual. And
Mina will do one of those like half hug things because she's sitting right next to him, so just like wrapping around their shoulders, squeezing, and then like rubbing the comfortingly.
He'll sort of grab just put his hand on your arm and just appreciate it, and he'll say, "I don't know what they did or what power they possessed, but it was far beyond what 3 teenagers should have been able to wield." Anyway, the result was the cemetery of Leyden erupted with all of its dead in a crazed and horrific search for the descendants. A father buried would search for his living son and tear him to shreds. A grandmother buried would search for her living daughter and her living grandmother and tear them both to shreds. The city was chaos. My mother in the absence of my father. She took me down to the family vault and placed me within. Handed me a thin black rod that thrummed with a cold power and whispered to me hurriedly how to use it. She pointed at my grandfather's mace in the family vault. Promised me it would protect me if only I had the will to use it. Then she turned and left the vault. Began to oversee her guard's response to this threat. I looked back at the weapon forged from an unknown black metal. I could feel it humming with holy power. I could barely lift it from the wall. When I did, it crashed to the floor, breaking the flagstones beneath it, refusing to budge. I couldn't lift it. Oh, how I tried. And there's tears running down his face now. Through the fog of fear and terror, I remembered tales of my grandfather's heroics as the paladin of the Raven Queen. I remembered scraps of stories about his chain shirt, or corvid chain it was called. It was necessary to wear this, to be able to carry this mace. It now probably sits on the floor in some forgotten vault in Leyden. As I looked to my mother, confusion, she was already locking the door of the vault. Through the heavy door, I heard her telling me to place the rod into the hand of the statue of the Raven Queen, should I feel all hope was lost. I sat there for hours, 1 or 2 hours, 3, 4, 10, I don't remember. Until I could hear voices outside the door of the vault. Voices down the corridor, coming clearer. And then I heard my 3 sisters singing the old lullaby my mother used to sing. Mocking my plight, promising me my life should I only emerge and hand them the rod of the Raven Queen. I could hear insane howls of rage from outside. What used to be my mother, alternating between howls of rage and the last time I'd heard her voice. Shada, it's me, come out, open the door. I knew it wasn't her. I'd hear sickening wet thuds as she bashed her bloody fists against the portal, driven mad by whatever form of undeath had taken her. Whatever cold black hunger had reduced the rest of the citizens of Leyden. I thought I was safe until I heard the sounds of spell casting from the other side of the sealed door. I heard the sound of grinding stone, heavy footfalls, approaching the door to my sanctuary. Bang, bang, crash! A gargantuan stone fist from the conjured elemental smashed through the last barrier between them and my doom. Smell of an ancient rotting corpse and flesh filled the air in the chamber as this whatever creature made from stone stood aside of my 3 sisters and their tutor entered the chamber. Their slow steps and arrogant confidence in their final victory. Give me a moment. 1 moment to leap toward the statue of the Raven Queen and place the rod in her hand. Their screams of anger and outrage, defiance. I carry them with me to this day. I saw the animalistic expression in the face. whatever hag-like creature was directing this horrific attack. And in darkness, I woke up in the Temple of the Raven Queen. My life has continued on since then. I hoped them gone. I hoped them wished to the other side of the world. I wished the business had taken them to the top of the continent, the bottom of the continent, anywhere but here, anywhere near me. I am mortified. I'm sorry that this has affected your lives. You've kept people at a distance for this very reason. I'm sorry.
Do not say sorry for events you had no control
I'm
over.
sorry.
I'll hand him over the bottle of whiskey.
He'll take a huge...
None of this is fault of yours. Nothing that happened in Leyden could have been prevented by you. You were but a child. But now, as a man, together we shall face whatever death dealer corrupted your sisters, if you so choose, and I will accompany you to the ends of the earth to bring honor back to your family name.
This entire time, Mina's like searching for something to say, but she's still like rubbing her hand back and forth. At some point, she's like, "Oh, Shadar," but then she couldn't like figure out anything else to say. So that's just kind of what she's doing at the moment.
He's too like, he's not himself. He's not a sort of surface level self to be able to, to consider even that your hand is there. Like he's accepting the comfort, and he's like, he's put his hand on your hand a couple of times and whatever, and he's. Brave words, Satyrian.
Shadar, to ask you, do you believe the Raven Queen would have saved you as a child, if not to deem this your task as a fully grown man?
My task is what the Church of the Raven Queen, the quest they send me on.
Yeah.
Should that become one of my tasks?
Shadar. That is the day-to-day. You would not have been saved by your queen, were it not to bring vengeance back upon your family for what has happened to them.
I understand
your great-grandfather.
Vengeance is something you understand well, my friend.
It is what I've been bred to understand.
My friend, my vengeance, my personal business must come second to that of the Temple of the Raven Queen. And that... And he bows his head in a little bit of shame. And that is why. Upon every mission I've been given, I've thanked the Raven Queen. It was not that one. Yes, I have vengeance in my heart, but I'm terrified of it. It chills me to my bone.
As it should.
He'll put his hand on your shoulder and he'll say, I appreciate what you've said. I accept your offer.
We have it here today.
Let us focus on our mission, our current missions. But should those paths align, you best believe I intend to finish this.
Well, should we come to end this madness, our paths are definitely aligned for further than we believe, Shadar.
When I awoke in that playhouse so many days ago, I had 3 sisters. I did not believe I would wake to have a brother. And he'll hold his hand out.
He'll take his hand, join it. Predator handshake. Not all families are forged in blood. I can tell you that now.
Indeed.
Even the ones that aren't exactly the best.
Agreed, my friend.
Sorry to butt in, guys,
Yeah.
but I actually have to call it there.
Cool. That's it. Yeah, no, it's a
No,
good. Sorry if
cool.
I went on. Sorry.
And they were bros.
It was amazing, don't get me wrong, but I will have to call it there, unfortunately.
No, cool. Sorry for going on if we shouldn't
Not
have
at all,
gone
not at
on.
all. That was good stuff right there.
Cool.
Thanks a million, everyone, for watching.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
everybody.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Just stay
Got
with
the
us so
got the
long.
lore dump.
Amazing.
Yeah, sorry, he had to. After all that, he had to sort of tell you. I mean, that's the first
Oh.
half. The first half, anyway. So
Just very quickly,
So much.
was there any more that you would have heard that you didn't say?
1 second.
You can hit that in the Discord if.
Yeah,
Mark
yeah,
needs
cool,
to
Yeah.
cool.
go.
Let's do
Yeah.
that
I was
in
just
Discord.
asking so that the
Yeah,
guys
and
at home
if,
know
yeah,
that
yeah.
that's coming.
If I do drop that in the Discord, we'll maybe throw it out at the start of next week
Recap
Yeah.
it, yeah.
or next 2 weeks. Yeah,
Perfect.
perfect.
Thanks a million.
Thanks for watching,
Mark,
everyone.
thanks so much. Thanks everyone. Take care.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks to the
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you for
Gary.
the game,
Bye,
Mark.
Cheers,
everybody.
Gary. Cheers.
See you next time.
Thanks.
Again in 2 weeks.